Great nation, because we're good people. Jill and I bring you this message from deep in our nation's soul. In America, evil will not win, I promise you. Hate will not prevail. And white supremacy will not have the last word. For the evil did come to Buffalo. It's come to all too many places. Manifesting gunmen who massacred innocent people in the name of hateful and perverse ideology, rooted in fear and racism. It's taken so much. 10 lives cut short in a grocery store. Three other wounded by a hate-filled individual who had driven 200 miles from Binghamton in that range to carry out a murderous, racist rampage that he would live stream to the world. What happened here is simple and straightforward. Terrorism. Domestic terrorism. Violence inflicted in the service of hate and the vicious thirst for power that defines one group of people being inherently inferior to any other group. A hate that through the media and politics, the internet, has radicalized, angry, alienated, lost, and isolated individuals into falsely believing that they will be replaced, that's the word, replaced, by the other, by people who don't look like them, and who are therefore in a perverse ideology that they possess and being fed lesser beings. I and all of you reject the lie. I call on all Americans to reject the lie. And I condemn those who spread the lie for power, political gain, and for profit. That's what it is.
Are you kidding me? The government does this shit all the time. They spread lies for power, for money. What a hypocrite. This guy's an idiot.
Warning: the views in this program are based on the opinions of hosts and guests. We are four friends who like to sit around and talk about a variety of topics. This show may be political in nature and may appear one-sided if no one of opposition joins in on the conversation. We try to find common ground on sometimes sensitive topics. So grab a beverage of your choice and let's have a conversation.
Why don't you go home and cry to your granny? Dolph, tie up the brat. Lisa, hold the book. Vincent, get the truck. And Keith, darn it, change your name, please. That's not scary, and I'm embarrassed to say it. Boris, try that. Keith, oh, watch out for Keith.
And Boris, that was awesome. So what everybody missed out there in coffee,
we're on the wrong side,
was the fact
we are
was the fact that after the intro played, Lindsay just goes and I don't think it's because she was missing that bag of popcorn.
I don't eat the popcorn. It gets stuck in my teeth. I've never been a popcorn person ever.
Oh man, so,
can't do it.
I did not hear that at all.
Oh,
not that I've been paying
speech?
attention
Oh,
to the news recently.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't even know any of that happened.
So you
But I
you
don't pay
understand.
attention.
So do you know the backstory behind it?
No.
So obviously,
Well, it's related to the shooting up in New York and the.
There was a shooting in New York.
In Buffalo, yeah.
so there was
Yeah.
so an 18-year-old.
I really don't watch the news like at all.
So an 18-year-old took an AR, traveled 3 hours away. I think it was 3 hours away.
Yeah, it was 200 miles or something like that. Yeah.
To an all-black community or heavily black community. Went into actually shot two people in the parking lot.
Okay.
Oh,
And
before he even went in the store.
before he even went in.
Wow.
And so a retired cop who was security inside the store confronted him, killed, or the
Yeah.
retired cop got killed, and he went in and he
Just gunned down
killed a
everybody.
total of 10 people, injured. I don't even remember the number of that he injured.
Yeah.
And then came back outside. By that time, the police were rolling
Yeah.
in. Several people out in the parking lot were calling 911.
Someone should have just shot his ass. That's all I can
Well,
say.
But when you're
So
not in the
he-
right community, people aren't carrying
And I've heard
guns.
conflicting reports, and I haven't heard anything that clarified it since, because this happened on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was earlier in the week that it happened.
And I haven't heard anything since then that said anything that actually gives a timeline on exactly what happened. I heard one story that said that he put the gun down. I heard another story that said that he put the gun to his chin
Yeah.
and the cops tackled him. All I know is that the police have reported that he allegedly said during the investigation afterwards that he was
So he's not dead yet?
I didn't know.
that he was, if he had not gotten stopped by the police, he was heading to another
Community.
actually location within that community. He was going to go to another store.
So is it a gun problem or is it a race problem?
So
How are we spinning it? Of
so it's obviously a gun problem.
course it is. Why would it not be?
It's also a white hate problem.
Yeah, weren't they reporting that he
Only
was
3
a
injured.
white
And see, and that's
supremacist?
surprising. And I saw that originally, and I thought that had to be just preliminary, Christine, because I
Yeah.
thought for sure
There'd
there
be
had to
more
have
if
been
he's
more.
just throwing bullets
So
everywhere.
the afterwards they said, ironically, this guy was red flagged a year ago,
Why would he not be?
investigated by the FBI, and they deemed him not a threat.
Apparently, someone didn't do their job. very well.
Apparently, somebody did not do
Or
Either
that.
he's a
that-
really good
Right.
faker.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
So it's
Hold
it's-
on.
I know,
I mean,
right?
it's unfortunate that this happened. Obviously, it is obviously a hate crime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is a
Um,
hate race crime.
As a-
Done. That's what it
and
is.
it's also
someone should have
it's
took his
it's
ass out.
also a mental issue.
Absolutely.
I mean, the guy was
Obviously
he
not.
was red flagged
right.
that this was a legitimate issue by somebody, investigated by the FBI, not just some local,
Authority.
Like
yeah.
sheriff.
and the FBI let him go, saying not a threat, not a problem.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Anybody who wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to kill a bunch of people, they have a mental problem.
Yeah,
Right?
Exactly.
There's
I mean,
no
Absolutely.
yeah. If you're missing the moral high ground that you want to preserve human life, then there's obviously something wrong.
And unfortunately, we live in a society where you have to actually do something wrong before someone.
No, because then you're profiling. You can't do that.
Exactly.
It's not right.
If you bring
Well-
up something to somebody that, this person said this, or I saw this behavior,
Mhm.
it's all
Or they were
hearsay.
saying this to me. They were, okay, do you have it on proof? Do you have it on tape? Well, of course I don't have it on tape. It was a conversation we had. Like,
Right.
And if they wanted to profile, that's perfectly fine. I mean, let's face it. Let's look at the facts. I mean, let's not shy
Exactly.
away from it.
But that's
The
what
va-
we can't do. We can't profile
But
anymore.
the vast majority of serial shooters, mass murderer shooters, whatever you want to call it, are in there. Oh yeah, and I forgot about Christine. That's a very good point. And he live streamed it on Twitch.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
2 minutes.
Of course he
2
did.
whole minutes
Mhm.
before somebody actually took it down.
Why would that surprise
Which
me?
again takes a whole level of
And how many
fucked
people
up in the head
watched?
to do that. right?
Well,
Exactly.
and I mean, so Twitch is owned by Meta, Facebook.
Mhm.
So to Facebook's credit, after the fact, they said they were going to scan and they were going to take down any repostings of it if anybody recorded it and was replaying it.
Oh, I'm so happy that that's
But
out
it's like,
there.
hey,
Great.
too little, too late, right?
Right.
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 Where are all your
Um,
fact checkers?
right. Unfortunately, that's
Well,
very
it's funny.
true.
They could watch 30 seconds of our show and flag us or boot us or anything like that.
Right.
Who was watching that?
Right.
Right. Unless they thought it was just a hoax, but still, even if you think it's
People are
fake,
bleeding
you
and
still-
dying. I
right,
don't think it's a
exactly.
hoax.
Well, I'm just saying,
But people are that stupid. So,
I agree.
there's that.
Well, what a way to start off a show. Nice and
Yeah,
somber.
right.
That was
Good
good.
job.
Can
Keith's
we-
eating popcorn.
need-
It's
need-
fine.
Oh, see, yeah. Now Lindsay's in a bad mood
Why?
because he ate all the popcorn.
I don't
No,
eat the popcorn.
She don't eat the popcorn. And I normally don't eat popcorn too, but I thought it'd be a funny little
now I'm
ad
in
to
the
the
mood for
video.
I like
Eating
it.
popcorn.
That was hilarious.
Eating popcorn with Boris, why not?
I think
It's
what would have
always-
been funnier if Boris was eating the popcorn.
I got to learn.
Don't tell him stuff like that because he's going to try to figure it
I
out.
got to learn how to animate Boris. If I can learn how to animate Boris, then we're good. Then we're good.
Couldn't you make put? It's still working through my head right now. Couldn't you put you in a green suit and essentially put him over you and like follow you, or how would
no? Because you'd have to have to be able to make his arms move and everything. And,
this is why I don't do that.
Yeah, it'd be tough to do. Where's my mouse? I lost my mouse.
Oh,
I hate when that happens.
That's always a problem.
Seriously, it's like,
His mouse in there goes opposite.
it's weird. It's so weird.
Like, so the screen's on this side, but you have to go this way to make it loop around. Oh, I hate it. I get so mad. I'm in there
Why don't you
screaming at
fix
the
that?
thing. I'm like, oh, this is not right.
It's basically like having a manual transmission on a car, so that way nobody can steal it.
Right,
That's true,
exactly.
too.
What are we drinking tonight? So
Water.
Lindsay's drinking water.
I'm drinking. No, let's be true. I'm drinking pineapple passion fruit. Aha. Aha.
I'm drinking my
Guinness.
coffee stout.
I got a prickly pear cider.
And
John has whiskey.
we got lemon drop moonshine.
that's Wendy's homemade lemon drop moonshine
Good
with
stuff.
But
with
your tree didn't
lemons.
have any lemons this year.
It's okay. I froze from last year, so
I still have some too.
I
But
have-
next year we
I
should
have
be
just
good.
whiskey.
oh yeah,
so,
the tree is
What whiskey are you
loaded.
drinking?
Woodford Reserve.
Oh, I like Woodford. Woodford's good. All right, we got a lot of memes to get through tonight. So let's
Sorry.
go ahead and get started with that. Yes.
They're all
I
Lindsay's.
started
memes.
early.
Well, some of them are mine too. But
Oh, when's Christine's?
Yep.
He
I,
read
I found that funny. I like that one. That one's good.
I want to know if that's a real picture, and then they just put that in.
You know, this is great.
Yeah. There's that.
Oh,
The other is
man.
driving a car.
That's funny.
Right? I was railing on this
Right.
earlier in the week.
All the bots, right?
All the bots, half.
Yeah,
Body bots. Bots.
that's funny.
We'll
No,
have to
it's
bring
not
up.
funny.
We'll have
Oh.
to bring
Did
up.
you read about this?
I heard it on the radio.
Dress? So what does this say?
So Queens,
Drag queen.
no, like Queens, New York,
Oh.
Ridgewood, Queens
Uh-huh.
are. Oh no, it's not New York. Hold on, I'm so sorry.
It is drag queens.
It is drag queens, but I was trying to figure out where it was in a middle school program at IS 93 in Ridgewood, Queens. It is in, see? It's in Queens. They are bringing in drag queens to do storyteller time. Isn't that lovely?
Oh, good.
For a middle school.
For a middle school. And
What
they're
the
reading
hell,
books
people?
called Day of the Queens.
And again, I challenge
For
anybody
middle
to say that
schoolers.
how is this not grooming children?
Right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
How is this not grooming
Never had
children?
any drag queens when I went to school.
Nope. I had we had the caterpillar. Was the closest rainbow we got. I know you remember that book. Don't
The
judge.
hungry
Yeah, the
caterpillar.
caterpillar.
Yep.
We are paying more because on the first day in office, Democrats shut down our domestic oil production, which has made us energy independent.
Yes.
Had made us energy
Had
independent.
made us energy. Right.
Had.
But we were still. I mean, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Yes, we were producing our own, but we were still
using from other-
importing.
yes.
Yeah, we were exporting and we were still importing.
Yes. Which is the way it should be. That's how you work a good economy. You're using
Right.
your own, you're selling to others, you're buying from that's how you keep the circle going.
Right.
You can't sell electric cars if gas is affordable. If you don't think that's a part of what's going on here, you ain't paying attention.
Right.
That's
Oh,
true.
absolutely. This is exactly why the energy secretary laughed when she was asked on the Hill, when are you going to get production back going? And when she got asked this, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, she laughed. She actually laughed.
Mhm.
She doesn't care.
Well, it's day 275 of Build Back Better. Meet nothing built, nothing back, and nothing better.
Absolutely.
Dun, 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 dun.
100%. This was just cute. I like it. Not really relevant,
That's
but it
for
was
me.
cute.
There's a couple cute ones that
That's
have nothing to
actually
do with
pretty funny.
anything.
I didn't put them all in there.
He just sits in his room talking to himself all day.
That is
I'm
fun.
concerned about him.
This was good. I saw this one today. He just gave me $200 for a lollipop. The rest on pump 4.
Do you want to tell them
I
about?
will. I'll get to that.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
get to that.
Don't jump ahead.
We do the Lord's work. I'm not a priest, but I'm pretty sure late-term abortions aren't the Lord's work.
Right?
Amen to that.
So I think this will play into somebody's hooker of the week later.
Yes. I love this one. I just got a full tank of gas for $22. Granted, this for my lawnmower, but I'm trying to stay positive.
Wendy and I, we walked out of the grocery store the other day, and so we stopped and we got a lottery ticket, and we were laughing about it on the way out, saying, you know, if we win the lottery, we're not going to flash it, but there will be signs that we won the lottery.
Full tank
Full
of
tank of
gas.
gas.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
the Jeep and the car and the truck.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
And you're just going to send us 3 pictures. I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
congratulations, you won the
Awful.
lottery.
I love this. This is great. America's number one
Yeah.
weight loss program. Food shortages, empty shelves, prices you can't afford.
Isn't
Oh my
that
God.
crazy? With
Yeah.
I mean, all the what do you want to call it? The warehouses and everything that's burned.
It's all it's all part of the plan.
It's like what?
It's all
is going
sitting, it's
on?
all sitting
part
out
of
at
the
the
plan.
border.
Well,
That's where everything's going. We're not getting any of it.
I like this one too. We don't understand why we're losing subscribers at a record rate.
Right?
Yep. There's that.
Oh, you're gonna love this one. If Build Back Better, we're a superhero.
Oh my God. I cannot unsee that now.
Help.
Sorry. had to
I'm
do
so
that.
sorry.
You're gonna have dreams.
That was
tonight.
not mine.
Right.
That was not yours.
That was not mine. This one was mine.
I always used to get so excited and circle a bunch of books I wanted, knowing
Knowing
damn
damn
well my
well.
parents would get them for
Or not
all
get
for
them
me.
for me. Oh, would get them all for me? Oh, okay.
Would not get them all for
Wouldn't
me.
get them all for me.
Did you had those, right?
We had book fairs, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Did your parents get you some of them?
I was never a reader, so not really. I never circled anything. I
You
went
never circled
I went and
anything?
bought the fancy pencils and pens and stuff like that, and all the little
Like gadgets and stuff.
Tinker toys or whatever they had. But yeah, very rarely did I get a book. And this one is a fan meme sent in by Christine.
Christine.
I love this one.
Raised the bar, failed the bar, worked at the bar, lives in the bar, can't spell the bar, should be behind bars.
Yeah, pretty much.
Amen.
Amen to that.
So have you seen where this is not in the newsletter, have you seen where the Durham trial sits?
The what?
Mm.
So Michael
The
Sussman,
what?
the Durham trial.
For
Oh, excuse you.
yes, excuse me.
Puppies in the studio.
So
Angry puppies.
So John Durham, who is the special prosecutor assigned by William Barr before Trump left office.
Okay.
So Bill Barr was the attorney general.
Mhm.
And so special prosecutor John Durham has been figuring out what's going on with the whole 2016 Russia hoax.
Mhm.
So Michael Sussman is already on trial for it.
So he was Clinton's lawyer, correct?
He was the lawyer that partially correct. He was the lawyer that claims now that he went to the FBI as a concerned citizen, but admitted today that not only did Hillary know, she approved the telling of all the disinformation.
Surprise.
Hold on.
Surprise.
Hold on. So this is going to unravel pretty fast. Well, I mean, the Durham investigation seems like it's just dragging on at the snail's pace.
Of course it is.
But
Why
on
is
the
it
other
actually going to
hand-
get anywhere? It's going to be disappeared. So nobody
Well,
knows about
it's
it.
going to be interesting because at the end of the rainbow on this is that if they prove that she tapped or hired somebody to tap the Trump servers at Trump Tower and at
Because that's highly illegal, is it not?
those are federal
Yeah,
offenses.
and
So
that's
this is
something
my
you
thing.
can't
This is my
sweep
thing.
under the rug.
Who is actually going to say, yes, we did this? And she's not going to have them killed.
Well,
Somebody, well, I mean, somebody.
Truly.
that's a different
Truly.
point.
That's I mean
Who's
that is a
gonna
good
say
that is a good
this?
point, but they are talking about the fact that so whoever it was, and I'm drawing a blank, whoever it was that said that she said yes today was like a because they didn't expect anybody to actually say it.
Right.
Yeah.
So somebody is all of a sudden
And somebody's
it'll
going to be murdered.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see who actually, first one's off a sinking ship or over the rats. It's going to
Right.
be interesting to
Yep.
see who willing to try and work a plea deal to save their ass.
Yeah.
And, you know, in the plea deal, it's going to have to be, I need protection. I need,
everything else.
you know, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. And so we'll see how it goes.
Interesting. Little PSA as we're getting hotter temperatures out there.
Yes, puppy dogs.
Watch out for your puppy dogs.
Yep.
Yes,
Put up
absolutely.
paws.
If it's too hot for your feet, bare feet, don't let your dogs on it. Happens every year. So
It's so bad.
figured I'd throw that out there because we are getting into the hundreds right now. So
And we have puppy dogs.
puppy dogs. And then, of course, another PSA. Very disappointing
Wow.
news when I pulled into Circle K today.
Oh, yeah.
We are officially over $5 a gallon.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Now, can I
That's
just make
crazy.
a comment on that picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
So diesel's $5.59.
Yeah.
What do our food trucks run on?
Exactly.
Just saying.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh, I know it does.
So they're saying
I'm
there's-
just.
they're saying there's a potential for a diesel shortage
Oh, I would.
soon.
Well, to add to the
For all
the
those
shortage-
electric diesels that are out there being made to ship our
Right?
trucks on.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So if
Sorry, that wasn't
if you think it's
sarcastic at all.
if you
I
think it's a
apologize.
bad situation now, imagine if we can't get trucks who ran through the entire pandemic, shutdown, blah blah blah,
Because there's no more gas.
and now all of a sudden, let's just add to the whole, you know, supply chain issue if there's no trucks to be able to transport it.
It just seems like everything is so calculated out.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, it seems real precise.
we need to, and this is a message to everybody out there, we need to wake up really fast and understand what's going on.
Oh, Christine was
You
only
know,
at 449.
All you idiots, and I will say idiots, that still support Biden,
30%.
shame on you. If you can't see what's going on, I mean, we've brought it to your attention over the last year, and
How do you not see it?
You see it plain as
how
day.
can you
now.
how can you
Plain as
look
day.
and fill up your gas pump and
Right.
think, gee, this is a great idea?
It has to be
Because-
affecting everybody, food wise.
Everybody's
everything.
feeling this.
Because they look at it as, and this is just from having friends on Facebook and what, you know, seeing what they say and whatever, because he's still better than Trump. And that's the only reason.
But he's not. It may,
No, he's
maybe
not.
personality wise, because
Yeah.
maybe he's not an asshole.
but,
But
how though?
he-
Tell me,
we
give
are
me
not-
one thing.
we're not any better off. I mean, even during Obama, as much as I didn't like the Obama, 2008,
It wasn't this bad.
it wasn't as
No,
bad.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
We got up maybe in the low fours for gas. We never hit $5 a gallon here. It
No.
never happened.
Up
This
north,
is, this
it
is
was 5.
insane.
Yeah.
Up north, it was 5. Was
Yeah.
it? I don't-
Yeah. Because I
see.
owned a SUV. So it was like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
You're like,
Really?
"Hmm."
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to seriously
Yeah.
wake up fast because the plan. I don't know what they have planned, but it's not good.
It's not good.
It's not
no.
good at all.
Well, and this is actually one of the conversations I had today at work. And I said, okay, what's going to happen? So we have, who are our housekeepers in our hospitals, our transporters, our CNAs that are making 14, 15 bucks an hour.
Right.
Guess
How-
who's not going to be driving to work anymore when it costs them $100 a week
I
to get
know,
there?
I know. That's why I don't understand that all these
So where do you
lower
think
people-
this is? They're just going to stop going to work
yeah, all these people
because
that
they can't
make
afford it.
minimum wage. Yeah, how are they getting to
Mhm.
work?
The saddest thing is at this point, why are we even importing oil at this point? Why? Why are we paying these prices?
Why are we importing baby formula?
When it's sitting at the border.
True. Good point.
I mean,
Good point.
we're importing baby formula. Is it gotten to that point? All of a sudden,
Yep.
when the administration sits there and says, "We have been on top of this, we've been monitoring this, and we've been fixing this since February." This is okay, and
Bullshit.
How we do?
we're-
We look like
yeah,
we're doing
what are we
great from
doing here?
February.
What, this is the best you've got? Is we're gonna last second wait till things go really off the shelves, and then we're gonna just import it from Sweden?
Let's go, Christine. We'll come with you. I can garden. I'm useful.
Right?
Yeah.
Keith can cook. We're good.
There used to be a slogan in America, and it was "Made in the USA."
Right?
We don't have that anymore.
It's gone. It's gone.
Well, and how
seriously.
how hard is it to find stuff? Me
Right.
and you do this all the time.
Mhm.
We'll go through and try to find things if we're shopping for something,
That are
a
made
table
here.
or something that are made here. It's hard to find.
It's
It's
very
hard.
hard. It's very hard.
It's crazy.
And it used to be easy, but we used to have a lot more factories. We had
We
a lot
also-
more
yeah.
manufacturing here, and we went from being more self-sufficient to
Dependent.
dependent
dependent upon others. And
because we want it cheaper.
Well,
Because
because they
cheaper is
want
better.
well, because they want a world economy.
The truth. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a ticket.
yeah.
Right
We
there.
still had one though. We still had things that were imported, even when we were making things here. We didn't make everything from
what
here.
and Wendy's heard me
mean,
say this in the
come on
past.
now.
I had no problem when China was sitting there and manufacturing crap, but now
Or
all of
when
a sudden,
China was sending us the chemicals and stuff to make the things that we needed to, or to help us out with the metal,
But
or to
now
help
it's-
us, whatever,
but now when they're the ones that are making the
everything.
the $800, the $1,000 cell phones, and the
Yep.
all this type of stuff, we're only because
we
of
have
the way
nothing.
it's made, the eco-social, political makeup in China, you're helping out the Communist Party and you're helping out their
That's
military
trying to kill you.
that really wants to, they've been
Take you out.
outright very vocal about the fact that they want to wipe out the United States. They
Mhm.
want to
Mhm.
exceed
Yeah.
the United States as the world political
And
leader.
we're helping them.
We're helping them.
We're boosting their agenda.
You can call the Great Reset a conspiracy theory, but it's happening in front of us right now. And
Well,
you
I
can't
mean,
deny it.
John Kerry was quoted when Biden took over. He said, "This is where the Great Reset gets started."
Mhm.
It all started with the pandemic.
It's the first
No,
plan.
it started with Biden being put in office.
Yeah.
I think
No, but it
the
started.
pandemic
it
started
with
it,
the
and then
pandemic
he
though,
got put
because
in.
it paved the road for everything that's happening now to happen. It was the perfect storm. It was the
Because
perfect.
the
Well, it
pandemic
was.
got Trump out.
Right.
And distracted us enough from the election fraud that we didn't look too far into it.
So I'm going to talk a little bit later about 2,000 Mules.
Mm.
yes.
I haven't seen
Actually,
it.
you gotta see it.
I'm going to
You see
let
it?
Wendy.
Gotta see it.
Actually, I'm going
No.
to let Wendy talk about 2,000 Mules.
Yeah, I watched an interview with Dinesh a couple of days ago when he was talking about it, but I really want to watch it.
Well, we'll talk about it in a little bit.
Okay. Well, we have a big announcement tonight to make. and pretty excited about it.
Another
so,
big announcement.
Who?
So,
Do we know about this?
for next week's show, Lindsay and I are going to be in Vegas. So I don't know.
Oh.
Are we going to do a show, or do you guys want it? You want me to just put some crumbs out there and do
I
a
thought you
live
had an
thing?
announcement.
I do.
Oh, what's the announcement?
This part of this though.
Oh,
It goes first. There's
Oh,
two
our,
parts. to the
our
announcement.
decision
announcement.
is, which way the announcement goes.
No.
No.
Oh,
Because
He's
I
off.
want to talk about the rest of the season. So
He's nervous
we're
now.
planning on ending the season on July 15th is going to be our official end of season 1. Episode 46 is where we find our voice.
yes.
So that'll be our final episode of the season. We're going to take a little break, and season 2 will be bigger and better than ever. Coming back September 2nd, we will kick off season 2.
Why September 2nd?
It would just seem like a nice date.
Okay. Sound again?
So we will take a little break the
Just
rest of
asking.
July and for the month of August to clear our
What are we
heads.
going to
and
do
get-
in
get
July and
stuff.
August? Oh, I know what we're doing in August. Going to New
Yes, we are.
Ooh.
York
So,
to go ghost hunting.
so we got a lot.
Nice.
We
New
got
York
a
lot-
State or New York City?
New York State. We're
There
going
you
up
go.
to
Okay.
Albany.
Okay.
Albany
August,
area.
Wendy and I are going to North Carolina.
Ooh. Are you guys going shopping?
Technically.
Oh.
Yay! Let us know.
Okay.
I'm surprised you're excited about that.
North Carolina, I love North Carolina. I like South Carolina better, but North Carolina's good too.
No, North Carolina.
Yeah,
seems
but
to
you know
have-
what that means though. If we're buying.
Yeah, that we're not excited.
Doesn't mean you're leaving. You don't have to leave right
yeah.
this second. You
Let-
can buy when we buy and
let's-
just let it sit
Let's
there.
put that on the table.
Just it can still just be there.
So yeah, so season 2 is going to be a little bit
Doesn't mean
different.
you're-
So we're looking
Mhm.
forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun
How's it going to be
Um,
different?
because we got different plans.
bigger and better. He
It's
said
gonna
so.
be bigger and
Didn't you
better.
hear?
Yeah.
Didn't you hear? Bigger and better.
I thought we were doing pretty good.
We are doing.
You
good.
know, they leave us in the dark, particularly so they can see,
We want to see
what
your
happens.
our reactions.
The sad part is, Wendy, is I leave myself in the dark. That's the sad part.
Ohio.
Ohio.
I know I
Ohio.
want to, Christine.
No.
I think she
We
means
like
she
Ohio
means,
to
she
come
means
see
for
her.
she means for a trip.
Oh, for a
Drive
trip.
through, yeah.
I don't think she
Not
means
to
to move
live,
there,
no.
but definitely to,
Christine, they won't let us in.
Christine, please let me know if you've been to Put in Bay.
put in Bay.
Put in Bay. Love,
Put in.
love Put in
Not-
Bay.
Put
not
in.
Putin.
It's what
Love,
Putin's
Putin.
love
Not
Put in
Putin.
Bay.
Putin basalt. Putin Bay.
Put it that
Put
Put in
in.
Put in Bay is the key west of the Midwest.
You went. I
Where
did
are you
not.
at, Christine, in Ohio? I don't remember.
So we got what?
You know, you sent her a thing.
We got 2 weeks
It was some
before.
small town that I never heard of.
I know.
We got 2 weeks before Heavy Metal Beer Club's on.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, that'll be
That's
fun.
June 10th. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll be talking the border.
We finally got to meet them last weekend.
I love them so much.
Yes.
They're so sweet.
They
Dylan,
are.
Dillonville.
Where is that near? Is that north or south? Columbus or
East, West.
Columbus
Is it
or
Cleveland or is it
Cleveland?
Cleveland or is it Cincinnati?
I also, while we're waiting for Christine to answer, I also want to thank everybody who does follow us and joins us every week, because we really appreciate your company. And I always laugh because even before we come on, I see 50 comments
Columbus. Okay.
up in the chat. So you guys are always chatting
I know
amongst
where that
yourselves
is.
before the show even starts. So we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us every week, and hopefully we can keep growing and get more people to follow us and join us on our conversations. So
That was kind of
Where
emotional.
is that?
I know it was.
Are you getting all sentimental on me?
It's
I know, I'm gonna start
way
crying, too.
east.
Oh, almost Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They're just over there talking about themselves,
Yeah.
and Keith was having a moment.
We have to thank our fans. Our fans,
Our
are the
fans,
reason-
no,
our
we
fans
love
are the
that.
reason we do
Fans are what
this.
make us.
So
You know.
Yes,
Put in
thank
Bay?
you.
Yes.
Mile on bar.
I probably
Oh.
should not go to Put-in-Bay.
Oh, Put-in-Bay.
There's a lot of
There are something like 20
jokes.
sandbars.
Ooh.
They have.
So you can like
something-
walk on the beach and drink?
No, like
Oh.
they have. So the only way you can get to Put-in-Bay is by a ferry.
Oh.
So you can't. There's not even a bridge that gets there. You literally you get.
I have to drunk ferry myself back.
There's no. You stay
you
on the
stay
island.
on the
island.
You stay on the island. There's plenty of houses for rent.
Oh.
They have shuttle buses all over. They're very adamant about the fact that the Ohio State Police patrol all the time. Don't get caught drinking and driving there.
Oh,
Literally,
okay.
it's something like $5 would get you anywhere on the island with one of these shuttle
Because
buses.
it's so tight. Yeah.
And so, I mean, and it's like bar after bar after bar after bar. I mean, you can't imagine how many bars they have, whether it's sand bars, whether it's swim up bars,
Yeah.
whether
Oh,
it's,
cool.
oh my God, it is.
So we're going to
ridiculous.
Put-in-Bay?
Oh, it is a good time.
Christine said you need to go.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it is.
We
it
should
is-
go.
It is highly
Where is it
recommended.
at? Is it in the lake?
So do you know where Sandusky is?
No.
Yeah, it's off Lake Erie.
Oh, okay.
So it's in the lake.
in the lake?
You literally have to take
On the
yeah,
bottom? By
on the,
Ohio?
on the bottom. So
Okay.
Sandusky, where
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point.
I know where Cedar Point is.
So Cedar Point is in
I love Cedar Point.
So
we
Cedar
went
Point-
there for Halloween. It was so fun.
Cedar Point is Sandusky,
Oh, okay.
and it's so it's something like
It's like right by there.
it's like
Yeah.
20-30 miles away, something
Oh,
like that.
that's
It's
cool.
not far. It's a quick drive away, and you literally
It's only an hour from my aunt's house.
and then you zip across. You literally, I mean, when
I don't think
was
they'd
there,
let
I
us
was with-
stay there. But
I was there with a bunch of guys for somebody's birthday party. It was like
It was a drunk fest.
It was
Can
like-
that be my 40th birthday party?
it was like 20 of us
Right.
that rented
That'd be
this
fun.
house
In December?
Oh, sure.
Probably not
Well, not in
December.
December.
We're paying for a
There.
wedding.
So next summer we'll do it for my 40th
Right.
birthday.
But it was like 20 of
We're
us.
in for that.
It'll just be a little late.
Oh my
That's
God, it
okay.
was a good time.
That's cool.
Put it.
Very cool. All right, news of the week.
News of the week.
Let's jump
3
into
hours
this.
north of you. Okay, Christine, next summer for my 40th birthday. It'll be 6 months after my birthday, but it'll
We
be okay.
the people.
We the people are being gaslit.
Yes, we
It
are.
is ridiculous. You know, kind of going back to what Keith was saying about the fact that we need to wake up. I mean, I saw this cartoon and I thought this was so perfect. The mess in my room is transitory. The broken lamp is because of the pandemic, and I'm pretty sure Putin got 2 Ds on my report card.
And it identifies as a clean room.
I mean, it's just like, you know, come on. You know, and we need to be more like mom,
Right.
you know.
No, you want to be better? She needs to whoop his ass.
Right.
All right. Who heard that Congress had hearings on UFOs for the first time since
I did
the
hear that.
60s?
That's awesome.
So they had some things. They said that some pilots have actually seen some things and stuff. And I thought this was kind of an appropriate, you know, wonder UFO sightings are up. They're all leaving.
Yeah.
They're like, we're
Yeah,
done
they're like,
with
we're
this
good.
shit.
Y'all are doing real good on blowing yourselves up. You do not need us.
Yep.
On the flip side, I'm sure everybody saw that the disinformation board got suspended.
Oh,
Oh, I was waiting for her with her wand.
And she turned in her resignation a hot second afterwards.
What?
Wow.
Oh, and it's funny. Now, to keep in mind,
Well,
It is-
so you got to share the backstory just in case those people haven't heard it.
the Ministry of Truth.
Yeah, all the tweets that she did, or tweets or posts or whatever she
Well,
did.
so there's lots of others, and I didn't want to go and get bogged down in all of that because of the fact that there were tons of tweets. So she claims now she was taken down by the right's disinformation, and it's like, wait a
I
minute,
thought she was in charge of
aren't you supposed to
disinformation.
be an expert in disinformation?
Right.
And this was the disinformation you couldn't get over.
Disinform?
It's like, well, so what kind of an expert are you? So it was really kind of funny in the fact that,
She got called out on her own bullshit.
Right.
yeah, I mean, everything that they
Basically.
called her out on, everything that they used was literally her public stuff that she had on Twitter and TikTok and wherever else it was at, of her singing and attacking the right and all this kind of stuff.
Singing and attacking the right?
Yeah, if you look
I,
it up,
I don't have
there's-
Twitter, so I might get it. Just
I'm pretty
to
sure you
look
could just Google it.
stupid
And it'll
people
show
up.
up.
Yeah.
So
Disinformation lady singing.
yes,
Yeah.
you could literally probably Google that
Probably
exact
Google it.
phrase
Come
right
up, yeah.
there. Biden is planning on deploying U.S. troops back to Somalia. Don't know why.
Yeah.
Did you see this? So Clarence Thomas was doing an appearance somewhere, and he was asked if he's going to leave, and he said, "I will absolutely leave the court when I do my job as poorly as the media does."
I love Clarence.
Love Clarence Thomas. So the guy is a rock star. If you ever have the chance to go and read through, and she denied
Yes.
Hunter's
Yep.
laptop.
Absolutely.
As disinformation.
Yes.
Yes. So if you ever have a chance to go and read,
And he
a
doesn't
little
do
bit of
coke either, right?
Hunter, yeah, he doesn't.
No, he does baby formula now.
Baby formula. He's
So if you ever
He's
have a
moving up.
chance to sit there and read the biography on Clarence Thomas, I would highly recommend it. The guy he literally is the, rags to, I don't want to say riches, but
He's the underdog story.
he is the
Yeah,
underdog
yeah.
story, and he had an opportunity to go and join the gangs and be on that side of the crowd.
And he chose not to.
And he chose not to. And he
Yeah.
made a conscious decision that he was not going to let that become his life.
If more people would do that, oh my God, look at what the world would be.
So obviously the other big story, I have a lot of social life stories. So the Twitter deal is currently on hold.
Right.
still why?
Well, because
All the bots.
The bots.
originally they said that
The bots have
there
anything
was
to do
less,
with it?
they said that there was less than 5% of
Because
bots.
he's going to own too much of it.
No, now
Because
they're
it
saying that
inflates.
there's as much as 20% are bots.
Wow.
And so the
Oh, I'm
issue
sure there's
becomes,
more than
so
that.
the Twitter board said, we are going to hold you to the $1 billion.
Price tag.
I forget exactly the term they used, but it's basically if you withdraw from the deal, we're going to charge you $1 million. It's like $1 million penalty. But he's literally appealing to the SEC and saying, hold on a minute, wait a minute. They are inflating their numbers.
By saying they have all these shareholders when they don't.
I said that I would buy this based on X amount of users.
That's
And
fraud.
if 20%, that's exactly
That's
right.
fraud.
That's exactly right. The SEC is now investigating because, right, and heavy metal is exactly right. Twitter may not be worth as much. And
Yep.
on top of it, they've been defrauding their investors.
Well, and not
That's
just
gonna
in their
be-
investors, but
bad.
their advertisers too. I mean,
And their advertisers.
yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, these are federal laws that are possibly being broken.
So he's still going to own Twitter. He just might get it for
says
cheaper.
the last tweets he said about it was the fact that the deal, he was still fully invested in the deal and
Yeah.
wanted to do it. He was just putting it on hold until they came up with an accurate
Mhm.
count.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some detractors
Because all
are
these
saying-
people are going to need to get their money back, and all these claims are going to need to be made before he buys it.
Some detractors are saying that he's doing this as part of a calculated
He's a smart man.
move.
I'm sure he is.
And how they were saying a couple weeks ago that he's playing chess and everybody else is playing checkers, that he
Mhm.
knew that this was the fact. And when he put in the deal, he knew he was going to have an
Mhm.
out because he would call the 20%, bring the SEC in to do an investigation.
Oh, he's still going to buy Twitter. I still think he's
Well,
fully gonna buy
we'll see.
Twitter.
I
Whether
mean,
or
we'll
not
see.
he does, who cares?
Yeah.
I think just the fallout of this and to kind
That's gonna
of
be huge. It's gonna
exactly.
be huge.
I mean,
So-
if that's what happens, I'm all for that. Whether
Yeah.
or not he buys it, I really
Yeah.
don't care. But
Yeah, you got to call out corruption where it is. I guess.
Well,
exactly,
So
exactly.
there was a meme that didn't make it. It might have in the whole like 50
How
that I
did one
sent
not
Keith
make
today.
it?
There was like 50 of them. It's been a week. But it said Elon Musk needs to buy Snapchat next and let these women go back to normal.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I like
I should have
that.
put up there. So Bowser Books' buyout cost $1 billion.
Yes, 1 billion. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Exactly. And sometimes
what he
you need
wanted
to
to
do
do.
that.
And it needs to happen. I think it needs to
Yeah.
happen with all the social media sites, honestly,
I would agree.
because I'm sure there's corruption going on.
Oh, there
And-
absolutely is. So this one
and why
goes back
stop
to the
there?
next.
Right.
So the next story actually goes good
Hand in
transition.
hand?
Good transition, Keith.
Okay.
So did you see the Project Veritas?
I love those guys. I
So
love those guys.
anybody that doesn't know what Project Veritas is, so Project Veritas was started by, and I can't remember the guy that started
Oh,
it.
I saw this video.
So Project Veritas is a bunch of journalists that basically have had it with the left slant in the media all the time.
They go
So
undercover.
They go
basically.
undercover and they have these.
They uncover the bullshit and
Yeah, so
the-
they've
the
uncovered
lies and-
those teachers in the past that have said, one was a teacher that literally had a Nazi flag on his wall in his classroom, and the school claimed they knew nothing about it. So apparently nobody goes in there and ever cleans. And he said that he only had 9 months to be able to transform all his students into fascists.
Mhm.
And all these different types of things. And so they have met with 2 people undercover from Twitter, high level people, programmer and somebody who's a business
Something or other,
something
analyst
manager
or something, yeah.
like that. And they were making fun of, little stuff, making fun of Elon Musk's Asperger's.
I didn't know he had Asperger's.
Yeah, he has Asperger's.
Oh, really? I did not know that
I didn't
either.
know that.
And so, and then they literally have on tape the fact that they say, hell yeah, we don't make a profit because we would rather sit there and censor and do what we think is socially right to push the
The agenda.
narrative to the left instead of make a profit.
Wow.
Which that in itself
Wow.
is
Speaks volumes.
speaks volumes to the
Wow.
SEC. The SEC, I am hoping, sat up and said, really?
What?
Really?
And I give Project Veritas a lot of credit because they've been sued. They've gone through court.
They've been investigated by the
Yeah,
FBI.
they've been investigated by the FBI. I mean, I don't even know how they get into some of the things they get into, but they did a whole bunch of stuff during the election too, and uncovered a lot of stuff
Yes,
during the election.
yes.
It's awesome what they do, and I give them a lot of credit because that takes guts to go in there. And do
So
that.
if you ever have a chance, go and sign up for Project Veritas's newsletter. They will send you out. Now, granted, they do bombard you with a lot of emails, at least once a day. But on the other hand, and I think it's James O'Keefe, if I want to remember.
Yes,
It is-
he's
it
the
is
one
James
that
O'Keefe, yeah.
actually.
He's the owner of Project Veritas.
So he's the one that whoever is the CEO or was the CEO of Twitter, he was at a restaurant and he went up to him to, hey, you sat down and you said this about Elon Musk and blah blah blah, and the guy was just like, he just couldn't get out there fast enough. So
Yeah.
he went across the street. They followed him across the
Yeah.
street, and literally, the guy took off running down the
Mhm.
street away from them.
So actually, the story is, and I don't want to correct you, but it's just to make sure that everybody understands. So that was a high level manager. It wasn't the actual.
Oh, it wasn't the CEO? I thought it was.
Wasn't the CEO. But
Sorry.
it was funny though
My bad.
because of the fact that he bolted out of
Physically
it.
He
ran away.
Ran
He
down the
was
hall, ran down the road or the street
hauling ass.
in San Francisco, and then ended up ducking or San Jose or wherever it's at, and then ducked into a comedy club. And ironically,
Yes.
the reason I needed to correct you is because the comedy club is a Project Veritas fan, the owner of the comedy club. Come on in.
I didn't
And then
watch
the guy
it
had to
that
bolt
far.
out of there, so it's just kind of funny.
Oh my
because
God,
of
that's
He
even
goes,
better.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
He's
just-
like,
just-
oh, just come in,
yeah,
sir.
come
He's
on
right
in.
here.
So it was
That's funny.
it was hysterical.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So Elon Musk rips the Democratic Party and calls it the party of division and hate.
Pretty much narrows it down.
Well, and because he in that same tweet,
Twit.
the same
Twit.
tweet, he said that he is going to be voting Republican. And I actually have it right here. In the past, I voted Democrat because they were mostly, quote unquote, the kindness party, but they have become the party of division and hate. So I can no longer support them and will vote Republican. Now watch the dirty tricks campaign that will unfold.
Yeah.
And so all as he called it, ironically today, some stewardess all of a sudden claimed sexual harassment on a private flight with
Of
Musk,
course.
right?
Why would it not start?
But I've noticed that also it gained zero traction. It was like mentioned and then
Yep.
everybody's forgot
Right.
about it just as
Yep.
quick. So it must have been debunked just as
Real
quickly.
quick.
So Elon Musk, this is the Elon Musk section.
Just to let you know, we just got kicked off Twitter.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
How did we get kicked off Twitter?
I have no idea, but the Princess broadcast is no longer available.
Holy crap.
Oh, because we were talking about them.
They
right?
just watched your video
Yeah.
from the begin
Oh.
with.
We literally got kicked off.
We-
Dad, we're off Twitter.
We said the two magic words.
Twitter
Musk,
and Musk.
Musk
Veritas.
and Veritas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
that was it right there. The
darn.
algorithm said, "Oh no, we can't let that
All the red
happen."
flags went off.
I looked at it, said broadcast no longer available. So I tried to refresh it.
No.
And nope, it's gone.
Oh my
It's
god,
gone.
that's too funny.
We're still streaming to them though.
It says it is, yeah, but they blocked it on their site.
Yeah.
So we are
That's too funny.
Fucking Twitter.
Fucking Twitter.
That is awesome. We did it. We got kicked off our first social media site.
So
Dang it, it wasn't even my fault.
mark this down.
Disappointed.
I
All
know.
Mark this down.
5/20/22. It wasn't Lindsay's fault.
Right? That's
I need to
funny.
step up my game.
That's funny.
So a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so, the Biden administration had announced this environmental, social, and governance scoring. Did you ever see that? Remember that? They were gonna
No.
you
Yes.
grade companies
you
on
get
their
your-
environmental
Oh, yeah,
and their
yeah, yeah,
social
yeah.
scores.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so Musk basically said, you know what? This thing is a scam. And why? Because he said Exxon is rated a top 10, but Tesla can't even make the list. Amen, right?
Yep.
I mean, come on, really?
Yep.
Yeah,
Exxon gets on there, and the Biden administration hates big oil.
Right.
But
But go batteries,
but
go
electric
batteries,
car,
and Tesla
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
even
Oh,
make
That's
it.
Yeah.
funny. That's funny. That's ironic.
Interesting. But go buy an electric car.
so for
Right.
those that don't know, Truth Social has launched a web app.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
You were
So-
complaining about
Yeah.
that.
There we are, right there on Truth Social.
Nice.
There's us.
Look at that. That's freaking awesome.
Oh, look
So,
at the boat one. Oh, I remember that one. That was nice.
so obviously there's tonight right there.
I just wish we can live stream from there, but they don't do it yet.
Give
Not
us
yet.
a
They're
minute.
working
Just
their way
wait,
through
just
it.
wait.
So they're working their way through it. So business. Let's go to business. The S&P.
Is this going to be like uplifting or not really?
am I gonna, like-
only if you have
Nice.
money in the bank ready to invest? Because right now
Not
we
really.
are really
I have to pay for
kinda-
gas. Didn't you just see those
Yeah,
prices?
you're
We
right.
are really kind of falling into a bear market right now.
Yep.
It's if it's not officially called yet by MSNBC, it will be soon. It's
Christine,
been a rough.
Don't
week.
buy a horse and buggy. You can't afford the hay anymore. It's
No,
as
you
much as
cannot
gas.
afford the hay. So, but the S&P, I mean, the whole stock market's been taking a beating all week. It actually went up slightly today. Abbott reached a deal with the FDA to reopen baby formula plant linked to the shortage. They said they should have it open in about a week to a week and a half.
Did it
Yeah.
burn? Did it burn down?
No, it got shut down by the FDA
That's good.
Go figure, right?
on a voluntary recall. A voluntary recall.
Because those 4 babies got sick.
Now, to be
2
fair,
died.
One died,
to be
didn't
fair,
it, though?
one, I think actually 2 died.
2 died.
2 died.
You know, so to be fair though, it's the
But was it 100% the baby formula?
well, and the funny thing is, I heard this mentioned on Bongino earlier in the week, and he brought up an excellent point that he was somebody had shared a story with him about the fact that there was an instructor doing fire safety, and so they were talking about what to do if somebody is on fire, and
Stop, drop, and roll.
but if you had
So
a fire
sorry.
extinguisher, you could use a fire extinguisher. Somebody
To
actually
hit him with it?
somebody in the class actually said, but aren't those chemicals toxic? and the instructor had to say, "You're on fire."
Would you rather burn to death or just, melt from the?
And so the question was, again, at some
Hold
point
on.
when you have to, when you have a 0.00001% chance that something might go wrong with the formula, or your baby's going to have 100% chance of starving, which options are you going to choose? And again, the worst
But
part
you're
of it,
on fire.
the worst part about it, yeah, you're on fire. The worst part about it was the fact that we are the richest country in the world.
Give it some time.
And we let this happen. Yeah. And the administration goes back to saying, well, we've been watching this and we've been monitoring this since February.
Yeah.
And this is what we've got.
So, and
Like
also,
this is how we end up.
and this is where we're at right now. But also look at the fact, how long's baby formula been around? Not super long.
Exactly. There are other, as people have been posting
everywhere. There's still powdered milk. There's still goat's milk. There's
they're
still
talking
whole
about
milk. There's still
the biggest is obviously for those that have certain allergies.
Absolutely.
And certain,
but there's soy milk, but there's almond milk, but there are other options.
There are other options out there.
I gotta say, this is the smoothest moonshine I've ever had.
Because it's been sitting for a long time.
Like seriously,
this is from she actually
bitter.
made
It doesn't hit you hard.
No.
We have the recipe to make it. I just have
That's insane.
This is
I never tried
probably
yours before. But
a good year old. It's probably a year old.
You've had that before.
No, I've never tried that.
Yes, we have.
Really?
We've had her moonshine.
I didn't try it.
Yes, you
No, I
did.
didn't.
Oh yeah.
At Wendy's house, and then
All right, so this is where it
Yes.
starts.
I don't remember. I don't remember that. I would have remembered
Mark
that.
it down.
If it was that smooth.
LC, mark it down. This is where it starts.
Friday, 5/20/2022.
Yeah.
At 7:51.
So on top of it, not only was the FDA and the federal government asleep at the switch, now we get to actually bring in baby formula from out of country.
Where are they coming? And that is so much more safe than the baby formula we're making here.
Doesn't this have a surprising reminder of
And where is it coming
oil?
from?
No,
this
we're still
country?
on Twitter.
Oh, we're on Twitter. It says we're back.
We're still there.
Is our video live? Not us.
We're just frozen.
Us in general, but like the video. Can you see our video?
So, I mean, again, does the baby
Our
formula...
account is still alive. But where's it coming from?
It's coming from Switzerland. But
You
the
know
funny
what?
thing
I
is...
would trust Switzerland. Now, if it was China, I'd be a little...
But the funny thing is, doesn't this sound surprisingly a lot like just what happened with the oil?
Right.
We cut off everything internally, and now all of a sudden we're importing
now
it.
we have to
True.
import it.
Yeah.
So how much is baby formula going to be? Because it's already ridiculous to begin with.
Right?
I would not want to be a parent right now.
Thank you.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
of little ones.
I mean, you're hearing stories about parents that are driving hours
Hours.
across state to be able to go find, a couple
Especially when
cans.
you have sensitivities.
Yeah.
And you have NICU babies and everything else. Like they need that.
So, Wall Street,
Why is the baby
obviously
crawling in the desert?
looking for formula.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So obviously, just want to, there are.
Oh,
Because of the-
yeah.
because of the stock market,
Ooh.
they are saying that the recession is inevitable.
They've been saying that
We're
for
not
months
there yet.
now.
No, we're not there yet. And then on top of it, all of the West and much of the Midwest are at risk for summer blackouts. Regulators are warning.
Well, we got solar panels. We're good.
But you actually brought that up that you guys.
I said
we got solar panels.
I said
Come over to our house. We're
the
good.
Davidsons and the McCormicks are going to be like, we're fine. We got solar.
We're good. We got solar panels.
So gas prices have surpassed $4 in every state for the first time.
That's just absolutely ridiculous.
Way to go. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's
Go,
Brandon.
Brandon.
You
Hold
know,
on. It's Biden's fault.
And then we're going to kill inflation by making businesses pay their fair share. And then notice my fair share surcharge will be added to all widget sales. Yeah. Do you not know how this works?
All right.
It gets passed down to the
Oh my
little guy
God.
all the time.
Oh, Lord, baby Jesus. Are you serious?
Don't
So-
play any videos because we will get
She
kicked off.
is. See, maybe you need to stop drinking so much.
Did it not say content
It did.
not
It
available?
said it. I'm
you
not
saw,
gonna-
you saw
Oh,
that.
I saw
think it was
nothing.
just
It said what?
user error.
Really?
So-
This is how it starts.
This is how it starts.
I'm sorry.
You're supposed to back your
Nope.
man.
Nope.
Isn't there
My
a
future
song that says
husband.
that?
Did you not see my glass? You can't. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll put wine in it or
I was
something
going to
next
say you
week.
got to put something dark in it.
It's my wedding planning glass. I can't read it though.
There'll be a lot of that going on.
Yes, there is. So just see.
There's
that-
really not. We're almost done.
Yeah, true.
Did you see the new press secretary says that the president just doesn't watch the stock market? Why should he
I
worry
am
about
not
it?
surprised by that.
Right?
He doesn't.
He
Even
doesn't
if he
watch
watched
those
it,
numbers.
could he
He can't
comprehend it?
understand that.
Right.
Exactly.
He don't need,
It's
He's
too
eating
hard.
ice
It's too
cream.
hard. I can't
Yeah.
understand it.
He's
eating
can
ice
explain
cream.
it
why
to
do
me.
I
Where's the ice
see a
cream
meme?
truck?
Why do I see a meme of him looking at the S&P and eating an ice cream cone? Right?
Should happen.
So existing home sales fell in April to the lowest level since the start of the pandemic.
Mhm.
Just pointing that out. This is a CNBC article.
I don't think so.
Well, us. So
Oh.
Phoenix, and I want to say it was
So
Austin.
hold on. Time out. So does that mean the number of sales or the cost?
Oh, home sales, yes. Like how fast they're selling. I agree with
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Not prices.
Okay. That's what
And
I just
that
wanted
may-
to
and that may be
clarify.
actually
Okay.
true.
Because I'm like, sales, yes, because I'm seeing a lot more signs that we're not having stuff go instantly.
Right. And there's not a lot.
3 or 4 bids. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. But like prices haven't done anything.
Right.
yet. No,
Okay.
They're still ridiculous.
Then you see that
She signed up for AA heavy metal. So she can't-
Wow, I thought you were supposed to support me. Didn't we just have this conversation?
Next
I am
week.
supporting you.
she's got
Next
you
week.
there.
Good job.
Oh
You're doing a good
man, that's such a burn right
We'll
there.
support you next week.
Oh yeah,
So
look
right
at that.
next
Look her right in the eye. Yeah, look her right in the eye because she is.
Lindsay, we won't drink at all next week.
See,
Oh, I'm going to be fucking hammered next week. I'm
now,
going
you,
to be in Vegas.
now you know why Kathleen wants to get you married like as quickly as possible. She's like, man, Keith's
We
gonna
gotta
say. We know Keith's gonna say something that screws this up.
Where am I going to go? I can't afford a house on my own right now. Have you seen these prices?
I'm already in trouble for eating the popcorn. So just add to my list.
So, should we tell everybody?
Yes, you can tell everybody if you want to. You don't.
I
have
don't
to.
care.
Okay.
You know that I don't care. So I don't know if I know a lot of you know. So I have MS, which is multiple sclerosis. And I saw comments earlier on there about what's wrong with my arm. So I am currently getting an IV right now for steroids because I'm not feeling 100% because Keith beats me.
Ooh, she threw you under the bus.
Way to get one in there.
I had to shove it
Good
in
job,
there.
Lindsay.
Not really. I wasn't feeling good before Paracon, and then the heat really got to me at Paracon. 100% worth it. But so I'm doing better now, but I have to get one more infusion of steroids tonight, and then I'll be done. But I'm okay. So no drinking on steroids. But this is life, and it's fine.
But you feel a lot better
Oh, I do.
after 2 days of steroids.
That's
I do.
good. That's good.
I don't feel like my legs are on fire anymore.
You
That's
should have
good.
seen her lift the truck this afternoon. It was freaking amazing. You need to keep doing those steroids.
Except for the roid rage.
Right.
I beat
Yeah.
Keith.
That explains.
So that-
that explains the beginning of the show now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you were not entertained by that
No.
whatsoever.
No, she was not.
She was not. I don't think she realized what was going on. It took
I
you a
couldn't
minute.
hear it. I
took
had
you
to
a minute
watch it on the
figure out
other
what
thing.
was going on.
Because my earphones are good again.
You gotta buy new earphones.
Are you going to buy me earphones ever?
Sure, I'll buy you earphones.
Thank you.
So more people are missing their loan payments now on their mortgages
Hold
Seriously?
on. Because
I
you're
know,
paying
and this
$9
is-
for gas.
because they have to make sacrifices for food
Right.
and gas. You know, and
Because I mean, it takes how long to go through an
So-
eviction
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
And
kick you out.
Can we evict again? Did Pelosi ever lift that from the pandemic?
I think they did.
Yeah, I
Didn't that
think
run
they
out?
did.
They
They
ran
did.
out.
Did
They
she?
But that's for renter, if you're renting. But as far as those people that,
Yeah, you still have to pay your mortgage.
right. But by the
But
time,
is it going to be any different than 08 when everybody stopped paying their rent?
Right.
The banks couldn't kick you out because what are they going to do with an empty house?
exactly.
Right.
Nobody's going to buy it.
It's 08 all over again. That's what it is, but worse. It's 08 on steroids. Sorry, no.
I was gonna say it is. It is. Oh, yes, all right. So,
Is that just because I said you beat me? Why? I thought we were supposed to
Ooh.
support each other.
so the rest of the show,
This is-
everything's going to be on steroids.
This has already changed. How long did 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks, and this is already
Just
2
a
whole weeks
preview
ago,
of
guys.
what's to
2
come.
I'm
weeks.
glad I'm not
Again,
drinking water.
This is why Kathleen's
So
got to
great.
get you locked down.
right.
She's like,
He's
sign
gonna
that
say
marriage
something. I know him.
certificate right
He's
now.
gonna say something.
It's gonna go.
So there's been congressional pushback all week, mostly from the Senate on the $40 billion with a B Ukrainian bill.
Why are we voting on a Ukrainian bill?
How much
So
do we? How much? I want to back up. How much have we given them
Already.
And
I
not
know
just
I read this.
monetarily, but as far as
Bombs. Well, we gave them all of our bombs, so now we're rebuilding new bombs.
Well, back up even further. What is our deficit?
I know, right?
We don't even know. I
Somewhere
can't
in the
count that high.
31, almost
trillions,
getting close to $31 trillion
trillion with a T,
with a T.
as in Tom.
As in titties.
That too.
I like the way she- I do
We're
like the way she
31
thinks,
titties
though. Right?
down.
That's bad.
We are so effed up in the way we think.
Can I just make more paper
Seriously.
and sit,
Let's
call
just
that
keep
it's
giving
money?
money away.
It's because they want to make people feel good. Okay, if we say we're, putting this bill out there to give Ukraine, because you got so many people like, oh my gosh, poor Ukraine. And I'm not saying
Poor
that
Ukraine. People have been taking over countries forever. Why is that our fucking problem?
But here's the thing: if the U.S. had no debt, if we were debt free, and we were on top of the world, we were the top economic superpower like we once were, then yeah, I'd say, you know
Sure.
what? Let's help
Go
these
give
other
s- give
countries
some
out.
other
Absolutely.
But we can't even
absolutely.
take care of ourselves. We have people living in the
Absolutely.
streets. We have a porous border.
This is exactly
You know,
what-
it's-
absolutely.
That you just said
Rand
poor as
Paul said
Boris.
the exact same thing earlier this week. I saw an interview with him. He said the exact same thing. I mean, and he didn't say this, but I equated to, everybody. If you were sitting in your neighborhood and your neighbors across the street are, having problems, you're going to throw, a little bit of money their way and help them out and hope
Right.
that everybody else is going to
But
throw a little
not
bit of
to
money.
where
But on the
I'm
other
gonna
hand,
hurt
you're not
myself.
you're not going to sit there and rack up thousands of dollars on your credit card
To save your neighbors.
to save your neighbors.
Exactly.
And that's just not economically feasible.
No.
It's not sound economic policy as the people entrusted with running the government. And again, this comes back
It's not their
to
money.
in some ways, I almost
Ding,
think
ding,
that
ding,
they
ding, ding.
I mean it comes back to this is a dereliction of duty.
Buys the book says he's really cheered up right now.
All right, then we will skip this part. Because this is literally
we're buying allies right now.
How are we buying an ally from Ukraine? Ukraine's
We're
going to get
not.
taken out by
And
Russia.
why?
We're fucked.
I mean, you're absolutely right, but that's in somebody's idea. They think they are. Honestly, I think
No, heavy metal, they're not.
the real thing is, I think that again, let's not forget.
You want to look good.
No,
Oh, it's 100%
what was happening?
play.
What was happening before Biden became president?
We were doing great.
Where was
Sorry.
Hunter?
Smoking
In a
crack.
basement.
No,
He was over in China,
China?
wasn't he?
no.
He was
He
in
wasn't-
Russia.
Well, correction, he was in China, but where was he making some $40
In Russia.
million dollar
In Ukraine.
in Ukraine?
Right.
Oh, I thought it was in Russia.
No,
oh, no, that
no.
was
He was
that was
he was on
Clinton,
the
sorry.
Burisma board making something like $40 million.
Stupid money for no
Stupid
experience.
money. And 40 million, I know is not correct, but whatever the dollar amount actually was, but it was stupid money. He was making like-
Regardless, if it starts with an M, that's just
yeah,
ridiculous.
it
Right.
was in the millions of dollars somewhere. And so he was
for
making
smoking
this-
crack.
He was on the Burisma board.
A
So
what board?
Doing what?
Burisma
though?
is some energy company in Ukraine.
Which he has no clue.
He had no
anything
idea. He had
about.
no prior background in
Oh,
it
like when he
whatsoever.
smokes a lot of crack and they put him on a board.
Well, what do you think?
Raise
that-
your hand
Why
at
do you
this
think
time.
they put him on this board?
Because Biden wasn't going to give him money.
Because they wanted to.
They weren't
So
gonna
this
get
was
money.
this actually happened during the Obama administration when Biden was. He had some post somewhere in the Biden administration, and so they put him on this Burisma board, and they swear that there was no conflict of interest, and there was no,
Of course not.
Right.
you scrub my back, I'll scrub yours type
Mhm.
thing. So ironically, wasn't Trump impeached for that same thing? But anyhow,
Just
so
saying.
you know, and then
Don't be
when
silly.
and then when somebody tried investigating it, then Biden admits openly in public that he had the guy fired,
Right.
because they were investigating his son for it.
Hmm.
So, you know, again, just pointing that out. So this is if you ever want to look at some of the shocking stuff, and I brought this up because Wendy is asked sometimes about some of the Ukrainian stuff. It actually is body cam footage from a medic, some stills, some video. It was snuck out of the country on a flash card,
That's cool.
and it's not cool though. It's really kind of gruesome.
Yeah.
So
Lindsay likes that stuff.
I would think
though.
that's cool.
well, see, yeah, Lindsay, you know, she's seen
Special.
that type
That's
stuff.
fine.
If you nick an artery and blood squirting everywhere, Lindsay loves it. She runs to it.
So did you see?
I might look
this?
for a little too long before you know.
So,
up
up until today, I thought I was going to lose my mind.
About
up until today.
Up until
Yeah,
today,
okay.
because of the
changed?
fact that we were going to hand over our U.S. sovereignty to the WHO.
say what?
We were going to hand over our U.S. sovereignty to the WHO.
Unilateral powers.
We actually submitted a bunch of amendments to this treaty saying, no, we don't need that waiting period. We don't need this. We don't need that. No, you don't need, give 24 hours is all we need. We don't need 2 weeks. No, 24 hours. No. And yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what we sent back. We are handing them going, no, take those safeguards out. Take that safeguards out. No, we don't care. No, right. No, it's whatever you guys want. Now, actually, we're going to reduce it. Swear to God.
What?
Hence, you have the COVID vaccine.
Well,
Wow.
and so
Yeah.
then
Oh,
on
did you
top
hear
of
about
it-
the new strain?
Well,
very
I mean,
dangerous.
so
Oh, yes.
I have all these stories and it was like freaking me out. I'm like, I cannot believe, no shit. This is the actual document that was sent that they highlighted, and they said, no, we'll take that part out. We'll take this part out. No, this was sent by the U.S. United States of America.
Okay, so I have to ask, who was in charge of this particular, I'll say transaction, deal, whatever you want to call it?
I'm going to put it in Navy terms.
Okay. Oh boy.
When a ship sinks, it's always the captain's fault.
Hmm.
It's always the captain's
But
fault.
he doesn't watch. Sorry.
That applies to any maritime.
And so
not just
then
Navy, though, too,
then
right?
the thing is, and then on top of it, now, have you seen? All of a sudden, everybody's freaking out about
the
monkeypox.
monkeypox?
Oh my God.
I saw that. And there's what, like 9 cases total in the world?
So
Yes.
can I
one in the U.S.
can I tell a funny story about?
Please
monkey-
talk about
yeah,
monkeypox.
we need a funny story.
Are you gonna uplift Dad right now because
So-
he really needs it?
So years ago, I was working for a unnamed college. That
Did you
I
have
won't-
monkeypox?
I
You
won't
worked
drop
for a
name.
named college?
No, I did not have monkeypox, but I was working down in their vivarium.
You know what?
And
What's a vivarium?
it's where they do
Monkeypox?
Research
It's
on
where, they,
monkeypox
it's where they
research?
do research. They do
Monkeypox on
okay.
steroids?
animal research with viruses.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was going in to fix.
It's definitely a whiskey night.
I was going in to fix a security door. So I had to get all suited up. I had to put the whole suit on, the
Oh, you coulda
oxygen,
got
and all
monkeypox.
that stuff. I had to sign a waiver about monkeypox.
What?
That said,
And
if you
it-
got
really?
monkeypox,
and it went over all
With
the
just that
symptoms.
specifically?
It was monkey literally, and I said, "What the fuck is monkeypox?" And I was joking. I was like, "Am I going to start craving bananas or something?" Like I thought it was something stupid.
yeah.
It was an actual virus that they must have been testing in this lab. So I literally had to sign a waiver, and it
Saying
listed-
if I get monkeypox, I won't sue
wouldn't
you.
sue him, and it listed all the symptoms that
Yeah.
I if you're feeling this within the next 5 days, go see your doctor.
What's he gonna do with
No.
fucking monkeypox?
I was like, I didn't even know it was a thing. And then when I saw this pop up, I was like, holy shit, it's real. It's like-
Back to memories, huh?
So
was
this is not, in case you didn't know, this is not the first outbreak of monkeypox.
No.
Well, I was
So
sure.
monkeypox
I've heard of it
broke out.
before.
Monkeypox broke out in 08.
Yeah.
Did you hear about it then?
The
No.
midge.
No.
No.
That would have
Guess
been
what?
about the time I had to sign that waiver.
Because there was no
Did you let it out?
political
gain from it.
Exactly. See.
Okay, so who is getting
Well,
monkeypox?
just like the Zika virus and everything
So
else
there's
that comes
been
up
one
and
in
down.
there's been one in the U.S. There's been some in Spain, some in Portugal.
Me. There's a very upset
We
Pitty.
have dogs trying to play with toys in here.
Yeah.
Heavy metal needs another whiskey.
So does my Pitty.
No, so I read an article going back to the monkeypox that those people that have it, that they've identified, or at least the article that I read, were claiming that they were either gay, bisexual, or men that had sex with other men. And I was like, that's kind of very...
In my very narrow view, I think that's still gay, isn't it?
Wow.
That's not gay monkeypox.
I'm not sure, but
That's just how they worded it.
So is that-
I'm
so
just
is-
repeating what was, and I thought that was really interesting. That if that's the case, my question is how
here we
how
go.
do you spread it and how do you
you
get
have
it?
information on
Transmission.
So is monkeypox just another version of herpes?
Transmission of monkeypox. I haven't gotten that.
It looks like it's a skin disease.
It's a
I'm not sure.
Transmission of monkeypox virus occurs when a person comes into contact with the virus from an animal, human, or materials contaminated with the virus. The virus enters the body through broken skin,
Yep.
respiratory tract, or the mucous membranes.
Yep.
What are mucous membranes?
The inside of the body. We'll just call it that.
Yeah.
to be-
Sphincters, orifices.
You couldn't
Yeah.
just go with the inside.
We
of the
couldn't
body.
just leave it.
Just couldn't leave it
at
alone.
that.
could
Couldn't leave
you?
it at that.
Boy, okay.
Okay. So what would
This
you? What
could-
else do you want to know? Monkeypox.
And that it's not
What was
technically
the
that
other one you
dangerous.
said?
From what I read from the outbreak of 08, it really is technically not that dangerous.
Yeah, it looked like it's just a skin thing
Yeah,
Right.
it's a disease that involves a characteristic of a rash,
or open wounds.
of
that
whether
kinda
there
look
is
like.
a disseminated rash. So disseminated is open.
Oh,
So
okay.
like shingles is a disseminated rash.
Right.
So it's like chickenpox, really, but it comes from a monkey.
But my point is,
I'm good.
and the whole reason I brought
you can
this
get
up,
fever, lymphadenectomy, and
Lymphadenectomy.
what's
like
that?
your lymph nodes swell.
Oh,
Okay.
Not lymph.
Thank you. Thank you for pointing- thank you for
Not
pointing that out.
lymphadenectomy.
that's what you said. Lymphadenectomy.
I know lymphadenectomy.
You're
She's not even drinking.
You're
I'm reading halfway through my
cutting out the lymph nodes.
headache
now.
and muscle aches. So your lymph nodes can be swelled like when you have strep throat.
So my
You
point.
can get a rash
You want to know my point for bringing this up?
and a headache.
Yeah, what's your point for bringing? Yeah, we got
Okay.
off on a whole.
Yeah.
damn
So
tangent.
sorry.
Well, because of the fact that this again, who's to say that so
It's the next pandemic.
well does the
Are they
does the
setting this
WHO
virus?
all of a sudden, because the short version of this is this treaty with the WHO gives the WHO overriding powers
To make emergency youth authorizations?
of an actual have the monkeypox right now. Well, it's because of the fact that you had to hear it so often. But it gives overriding power of a government,
Yes.
any government
To them?
to them.
To do
That's
what?
the short version. That's the
To
abbreviated.
do what though? What is the WHO
Whatever they
going to do?
decide. If they want to lock down your
Is that the
country,
definition of pox there, Dad?
if they want to lock down your country,
They can't.
they can.
This is
Regardless of what your monetary policy is, regardless of what your economy is,
Somebody
regardless of what-
sneezed in your
yeah, and all of a sudden
sector.
they have overriding power to be able to say you need to lock your country down.
And
This
who
is-
the fuck are these people?
this
I'm
is
sorry.
dangerous.
So ironic, it's
Yeah.
funny that you say that. So
Well,
the leader, check this out. If you
Did
don't,
you just drop the F bomb?
Oh, I did.
she will. every
I
now and
did.
then.
She's riled up.
So go and take a look at who the director of the WHO is. He is a Marxist.
oh, that's
He's a
lovely.
Marxist from Ethiopia, and he's the first WHO director who does not have a medical background.
How do you what?
And
How
he
do
was
you not have a medical
installed.
background?
Basically, the short version of it is he was installed by the help of the CCP government.
What's he fucking Hunter Biden?
Better.
So he was placed in there by China,
Mhm.
basically by the.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is a great.
Yeah, let's give that. Now, here's why it changed for me today. Somebody reminded me of the U.S. Constitution right here.
Mhm.
Oh, that doesn't
Article
pertain to
2's
us anymore. It's too old.
Article 2, Section 2, Clause 2. Article 2. Actually, I will bring it up
I was gonna say let's
Let's
everyone
read
see
this.
it.
Everybody's shocked you said the F word, Wendy.
This talks
Dad,
about
I'm
the
rubbing off
executive
on her.
branch.
Considering I have a shirt that basically says I'm a intelligent
Saver,
something
yeah.
woman who says fuck a lot.
Yeah.
So
Right, yeah.
I love that shirt.
yeah.
So Article 2 in the Constitution talks about the executive branch. Before Clause 2 in Section 2, it talks about how he gets elected, blah, blah, he or she gets elected. But then it also says in here in Clause 2, shall have power by and with the advance consent of the Senate to make treaties provided 2/3 of the senators present, concur, and shall nominate and by within the advance and consent of the Senate. Basically, without 2/3 of the Senate, you can't enter into a treaty.
Right.
But is that a treaty?
Yes, it's classified as a treaty.
It's World Health Organization, so
The
it would be
World
a treaty.
Health Organization treaty. If it's not a treaty, it's not binding in any fashion. The only thing that countries can do that are binding are treaties.
Okay.
Okay, so what?
Because the Paris Climate Accord, technically that means nothing.
Right.
That's why we can pull out of it whenever we want. Why Trump said, I'm not funding that anymore.
So this thing with who was that? What is that considered? Is it considered a treaty? Is it
It was
considered?
going to be considered a treaty.
But okay, so based on what you're saying, it has to be
2/3 of the Senate,
Right.
which you think is going to be hard to get.
It's not going to happen. There's no way you're going to get 2/3 of the Senate.
okay. So it's still got to pass through
So
the
you have to
Senate. So
have-
this isn't something that's a done deal.
They
per
can't even
se.
get, so when you look at it from the standpoint of if they wanted to be able to override abortion, codify abortion,
Mhm.
they need 60 votes. 2/3 of the Senate, which is 100 senators, they would need 77 votes.
Okay.
They can't even get 60 votes.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to get that. So that was the only
Well-
thing that kind of said to me, all right, this makes
Might be
This
okay.
is just going to die.
Yeah. So,
But again, they use
Whoa,
this.
whoa, whoa.
whoa.
That's from April 12th.
Yeah.
2012.
No, April
20
12th, 2022. This
Oh,
is
sorry,
over a
I said
month old.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And we're hearing about it now.
I'm
It's
sure
so
it's been in the
sweet.
works. I
Yeah,
mean,
because guess when this is going to get approved?
Implemented today, tomorrow.
Monday.
What do you
Why
mean
not?
it's going to be implemented?
Like it's going to be read into the World Health Organization's.
But wait, has it been approved?
It hasn't been approved yet. And then we have 6 months to technically approve it as a country. But this is when it's getting read into their
Standards,
I-
whatever.
whatever the-
and
whatever
honestly,
they
how
want.
many other countries are going to approve this? I don't see that happening. After all the,
The vast
bullshit.
majority of the European Union is
Already
doing it.
in.
You think so? You think they're going to
Mhm.
approve it?
The only
Oh,
one
yeah, it's gonna
the
keep
only one
everybody
The only
safe.
one I'm questioning is the fact that they say that Britain is doing it, but I wouldn't think that Britain would be that stupid to do it.
Why would anyone do it?
Mm-hmm.
That's my
that's-
question.
but
Why
see,
would
they-
anyone?
Well,
they've
do it?
Australia
been-
is also the
They've
one.
been more, but I mean, they have been more socialist than most for a handful of, for the past decade or
Yeah.
so. France is, Spain is, Germany is, Germany sits there and they've been, Germany, with the whole European Union, Germany finally got what they wanted 70 years ago.
Yeah.
They run the vast majority of Europe.
Yeah.
This is scary.
The European,
is very
Union,
scary.
the European
Scary.
Union is run out of Munich, if anybody is not aware of that.
Wow, I was unaware.
Yeah.
This
So
is
Germany
very-
got what they wanted just 70 years later with a lot less bloodshed. And they did it voluntarily.
So they're just waiting for people to just bow down and okay, we're
This
They're
is-
pretty mature
again,
to getting it. They're
this
doing
goes
it just a little
back
bit at a
to
time.
yeah.
The Great Reset. This
Great
goes
Reset.
back to the one world economy.
One
This
world
whatever you want to
government.
call it. Call it
Right.
what you want. But this is where,
This is scary.
These are the
folks.
baby steps.
this is where elections have consequences. And this is what happens. And we end up losing our sovereignty as a country.
And this isn't baby steps anymore. These are leaps.
Well, these are
what
leaps
we've done over
because of
last
the
10
baby
years
steps.
are
They don't, even,
Because of the
yeah, they don't
baby
even do it in
steps,
dark
yeah.
corners
Mm-mm.
anymore.
Because of the baby steps, because we're not surprised by it anymore. And
All
oh,
right,
they're
we're
so
running,
good.
We're running long. So obviously we talked about the Buffalo shooter.
Yep.
we talked about a federal. Oh, so a federal
California church shooting?
Yeah, there was. You didn't hear about this?
No, I don't watch TV.
So the same day as the Buffalo shooting, there was a California church shooting. So this guy, and it's out now. Here's two different things. So a guy walks into a church in California.
Is this a joke?
That's how they all start.
I'm sorry.
I wish it was. I really wish it was.
Guy walks into a bar with a pig under his arm.
So
like,
he.
It sounded like the beginning of a joke.
He actually had he belonged to a Chinese communist party, and he was extremely upset. He went to what is considered, quote unquote, a Taiwanese church in California.
Okay.
And his plan was he was so frustrated with the fact that Taiwan was not folding into the Chinese, hierarchy,
regime,
whatever you want to call it, that he was going to go and he was going to kill some Taiwan folks. And
in California.
Seriously?
Yeah. And so they tackled him. One guy got shot, I think. But they took him down.
Did they take him out though?
I don't think he was killed. I think he was arrested.
Come on, guys. Why are we not like
just take him out? Take him out.
Well, it's California. It's not like it's not like
it's not like
Texas.
it's Arizona.
Well, it's not like Texas when and that I was not aware of.
Yeah,
I don't know how I missed
either.
that one. I don't know how I missed that one, but that's a good one. I did not know about that. But it's interesting in the fact that, it's California, so they didn't want to hype it because of the fact that, like in Texas, remember it was Texas or Oklahoma a couple months ago where the gunman walked in and they had a security guard who literally pulled his gun and shot the guy. And so it's California. Obviously, they're not going to have that.
No.
But the fact that the guy is pro-Chinese communist government wanting to kill Taiwanese
because they're
folks,
not falling into their
mass media doesn't even want to cover it.
No, not at all.
Do people not see, like during Obama we had all those shootings, right? Our gas prices
and they were all
high,
race
the
shootings.
economy sucked, right? Trump brought us back. Yeah, I think we had a few shootings during Trump,
A couple, but not
it
many.
wasn't like this.
It wasn't
I
race
want to say I
shootings.
think there was only one mass shooting. I could be wrong, and maybe there was two.
But
there was
a
definitely
poor
a lot.
economy always brings out the worst in people.
And we're right back
I
to
mean,
that again.
exactly.
We're right back to that. Where
Exactly.
all this shit's happening.
That's why the industry that you guys are in with security,
Huge.
it's a fail-safe industry.
Career,
Yeah, because when things are good for you guys. When things are bad, it's
Things are
even
good for-
better.
yeah, things are
It's
better
even
for
better.
us. Yeah, exactly.
Don't let a good pandemic go to waste.
So these
Yeah.
are things that were
crisis.
mentioned by the Buffalo shooter to the police. And so these are quotes from what he had testified to the police, or not testified, but admitted to the police. Are you a fascist? Yes. Fascism is one of the only political ideologies that will unite whites against the replacers, which he was calling blacks. Since that is what I see, calling me a fascist would be accurate. Are you a white supremacist? Yes. And I'm not going to read all of this. Are you a racist? Yes. Are you intolerant? Sure. Are you anti-Semite? Yes. And that he was very adamant about. Are you conservative? No. Conservative is corporatism in
Is
disguise.
corporatism in disguise. I want no part of it.
Are you a homophobe or anti-LGBT? He says, drop the T. LGB is insignificant. I don't care. Are you right wing? Depending. Are you left wing? Depending. Are you a socialist? Depending on the definition. Just kind of interesting. But on a better
Racist.
note,
Racist.
quote for the week.
Mhm.
Too many show timidity today, precisely when courage is demanded.
Yep.
100%.
Clarence Thomas.
Great quote. I love him. I really do.
And then, I actually have, I had to back that up with this. I think the only reason Clarence Thomas is on the court is because he is black. Ironically, didn't he just affirm a black female justice to the
He
Supreme
did.
Court
He did.
only because she's a black female?
And a White House press
And-
secretary.
Yep.
Biden actually said that.
Because
Yes, he
Oh,
did
yeah.
actually say that.
He's a racist.
Wow.
he's a racist. We
It's
know.
just-
We have
You know,
hundreds
so
and hundreds
if
of
you
videos
don't know,
of him.
go back. If you don't
And
know, go back and Google the Clarence Thomas hearings for him to get appointed to the Supreme Court. There was one senator in particular that gave him the hardest time.
That one.
That one right there.
Mhm.
The senator from Delaware Gave him the hardest
Go
time.
through Joe Biden's campaigns when he was going through
That's
like
why I
all the
don't
rednecks and everything, all the country farmers, and was going through all like the back roads and talking to people in plant and everything like that. 100% is a racist.
Yeah,
Says,
big
I will
time.
back your racist views. I will help get the blacks out of your community.
And I still don't understand why anybody would want to take him from a senator
Because
to
somebody needs
VP to president.
because
Yep.
somebody has been duping
pulling these strings for a while.
the
2,000 mules.
well,
and
somebody has
hiding
been
all of
somebody has
his
been duping
pedophilias.
the Democratic followers for way too long, for centuries.
Mhm.
I thought this was an interesting quote. We know they are lying. They know they are lying. They know we know they are lying. We know that they know that we are lying, or they are lying, and still they continue to lie. And then
Yep.
on top of it, the rules are simple. They lie to us. We know they're lying. They know we know they're lying, but they keep lying to us, and we just keep pretending to believe them.
No, we're not pretending to believe
Exactly.
him. We believe him.
Yeah,
There's enough
true.
people that
Yeah.
are believing him because obviously.
No, but we're
nothing's
believing the
changing.
lies.
well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
So Wendy and I watched this the
Oh,
other
I want
night.
to watch it so bad.
So the one thing I'm going to say is I'm
It's
not
coming
gonna-
back to theaters.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There's a
right.
lot of places that
Oh,
are
I
putting it
thought
back
it-
in theaters again.
Coming out in
May
2
20th,
days.
Yep.
The
Where
only,
we have to go see it.
the only thing I'm going to
I don't think we'll be
say
able to get in to see it.
is I'm not going to say anything about it other than you need to go see it.
Oh,
And then let's come
today.
back here not next week, the following week, because we're not
2
going to be
weeks.
here in 2 weeks.
Let's talk about it because I
And
want to
let's
watch
talk
it.
about it. And
Okay.
it's like I want to hear everyone chime in on their thoughts on it.
Good, bad, the ugly.
Everybody
Yes.
has their homework for the next 2 weeks. Go watch.
watch 2000.
Yeah.
Watch
Mules.
2000 Mules. I want to see it.
Yeah, in theaters nationwide today. Actually, today. May
And
But you
20th.
can still get it online, right?
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
Yes,
we
you can
watched
get-
it online.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
we
but
watched it online.
You think we're actually going to be able to get in to see this movie out by us?
I bet.
You know where we live?
Yeah,
We're
I
never
bet.
going to be able to get
I
in
bet
there.
we can.
Come on now.
I know we're in the heart.
Unless they're going to play it for
we're
like
the,
3 months.
We're in the heart of conservatism.
We're
here,
never gonna
so-
be able
But
to get
it's
Because I would like to hear everyone's not just their views on it, but if to poke
What
holes
do you
in
think? Yeah.
to poke holes in it. I want to hear, be the devil's advocate.
Let's all watch it sober and then watch it drunk and see what we get out of it.
all I'll say is they pulled in
there are
all-
things I never thought of.
they pulled in all the people that are on the right that you listen to.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
I think the only one that they were missing was probably Candace Owens.
Oh, I love
Really?
her so much.
Oh yeah.
But she's sort of newer.
Dennis Prager, Charlie Kirk.
They do Sean Hannity and
No, they didn't
no.
pull in any of the Fox.
Larry
No.
Elder.
Larry
Oh,
Elder
there-
on
okay.
there.
But see, the thing I think they were missing on that whole thing is they should have brought in some people more on the left to present that
other
information. Exactly.
They probably wouldn't do it. That's the issue.
That's
is
probably
you
the-
can't
they
get
probably
them on
wouldn't
it.
get 'em.
Well, I
that's-
mean, look at how many people we reached out to be a
They
guest
won't
on
do
our
it.
show, and they
True,
refused to come
true.
on our show.
True, but I mean, I think it would have. And I
Rounded
get
it
that
out
there
more.
are those that they're just not going to. They're
Yeah.
I have friends like that they're on the left. They're
Yep.
just not going to. They
Yeah.
don't want to hear it. They
They
It's
don't,
all
don't take them out of their box.
Well, because
Yeah.
they've been conditioned. It's all just
Mhm.
information.
Right.
and it's like I try
Even with
to
the proof in front of you.
and I try to stay the middle of the road. I try to have an open mind. I listen to both sides. I mean, there's lies on both sides. I'm not gonna, say anything other than that. But you got to be open to see it and then make your own decisions. And if you're not willing to open yourself up to listen and make your own decision, you're giving that to someone
I've been
else.
chasing a bug.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. It's not monkey pox.
There you go.
There's been a gnat flying around
Is
here. I've
there
been
a-
watching. It's driving me crazy.
Is there a hooker of the week?
There is a
Ooh.
hooker. Of course, there's a
Ooh.
hooker.
Ooh, we're at 8:28.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
But
On.
there's
Yeah.
always a
We're gonna go on tonight. A little bit.
And she's at the
Hey, we
bottom.
gave them extra
Up,
time
up, up.
last week.
Up.
we did. We did.
There
we
it
Yeah,
is.
but that's
we
from,
did.
we took so much
That was-
extra time other times.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think
All
they
right.
complain.
Hook of the week.
That's still like the best intro.
Yes.
And the hooker of the week is.
But
I was gonna say Pelosi.
Why? Please tell us why. Please, Lindsay, tell us why.
So she,
Let's hear
hold
it.
on. Let me find it.
That is such a
I
classic.
looked up other
picture.
things in
right?
between.
Yeah. Just put a
Sorry.
knife in her hand.
There you go.
And
So this was it today? Today,
Today.
this happened.
today.
The
Okay.
Archbishop of San Francisco told Nancy Pelosi that she is barred from receiving communion over her support for abortion rights.
Oh,
The
that's-
Wow.
Archdiocese?
Archdiocese.
There you go.
Diocese, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Said this today. So he asked Pelosi to publicly repudiate your oh my goodness, I
Repudiate.
cannot repudiate
Right. Is that how you say it?
your advocacy for abortion rights, or else refrain from referring to your Catholic faith in public and receiving the Holy Communion,
Wow.
or face the consequences of being denied the access to that right. As you have not publicly repudiated your position on
Repudiated.
abortion and continue to refer to your Catholic faith in justifying your position to receive Holy Communion at this time has now come.
That's
I didn't
awesome.
realize she was Catholic.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is it-
She's Catholic. Biden is Catholic.
Yep.
Is it me or does that look like the same picture when Biden was shitting his pants?
You know, when you do drink a lot, it gives you shits in the morning. You never know.
She had the same. You just don't see the other
Oh,
hand.
my God.
She had the same, you know.
Well, it's I applaud the Archdiocese of San Francisco for not caving into political pressure
Hell yeah.
or trying to kowtow to somebody. They stuck to a
This is what we believe in.
That's
and-
their principles.
That's what the Bible says. You're
it's a
Catholic. You read out of the
it's a
Bible. It's real
policy that
simple.
and I don't even know when
Like-
the official policy came into play for the Catholic Church. I'm assuming the 50s or 60s. I would
Sure.
assume, but they finally held to what their beliefs have been for decades
Yep.
Pretty
Yeah.
simple.
and said, we're not going to kowtow to just some politician and whatever the winds are.
The new fab is.
I was raised Catholic, and I don't agree with everything the Catholic Church says, but they do hold true to their values.
Not all of them. Not
Yeah,
all of them.
a lot of them. Well, yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
mean,
we're talking-
I'm-
are we
I'm-
talking-
I'm-
are we
I'm-
talking about
you
Okay,
can-
Wendy and I are from
You
Chicago.
can say
There's that
that
little
about
thing
any
about
religion, though.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of
There's
Catholics.
always goods. There's
a
always
lot
bad.
of, there's a lot of Catholic priests that are
Don't.
behind
She's
bars
going to
right
be
now.
there
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
to
but that's
Madonna
that's
soon.
a do as
Dad,
I
don't
say,
worry.
don't do as I do kind of thing. You know what I mean? But they do preach.
They
their
do a lot of
their
preaching.
values.
They just don't
So-
listen to their own values.
That's what I said. Do as I say,
Yeah.
don't do as I do.
Yeah.
you
But
know,
that's a lot of religions,
it is.
unfortunately.
It really
It
is.
is.
That's
And
why
it's
you have
sad.
to make your,
But that's why a lot of people have separated
Yep.
from going to church
lot of
because
churches.
of that. And it's like I can't say I blame them.
No.
You got to be the leader of your pack.
Of what you believe in. Absolutely.
And not just what you believe in. You have to be the leader to be able to what do you want to call it?
Lead
your pack. Yes, thank you.
I have this argument all the time with people that don't really follow a religion and they don't believe in a religion. I say religion is necessary, and I think it's a good thing because I think it shapes you. It gives you moral values.
Yes.
What's
What's right? What's
now,
wrong?
is there not faults within those, different religious organizations? Of course there is, but it still sets the guideline. You follow
Yeah.
the 10 commandments, whatever it is, it gives you a guideline for morality, I think.
Yes.
And I think without it, we'd be in a lot worse shape than
Yep.
what we're in now.
Absolutely.
And I wish those leaders that are in those positions took that seriously.
because
I
molding
think
people's lives.
because I think that's why so many people shy away from
Mhm.
religion these days
Yeah.
is
Absolutely.
because of
Because
the
you have this
priests that
person-
are exactly the priests that are doing things that they shouldn't do,
Right.
and they're not setting the example, they're setting the wrong example. So how can you go to church with someone that
Is doing worse than you're doing.
exactly that to me is hypocrisy
Yeah.
at
Well,
its
right.
finest.
So I have a
Yeah.
question for you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So my question is,
Womp, womp, womp.
well, and it's where do you feel about the intersection between the Catholic Church and or church in general, and where they say that abortion is bad, which it is bad, and where the United States Constitution and the whole freedom aspect is that everybody does their own thing. So if you want to get an abortion, that's your right to get an abortion.
God, there's
Versus
another monkeypox.
you have the abomination of from the church that you shouldn't do it. Where do you feel? How do you feel about that? I'm curious.
Why do you have to do this to Keith?
Well, hence the reason I don't go to church anymore. I mean, the Catholic Church says a lot of things. You're not supposed to drink, not supposed to smoke, not supposed to have premarital sex. You're not supposed to have tattoos. There's a lot of stuff that the
There's
Catholic
no
Church
tattoos
says.
either.
No, can't mark your body.
Correct me if
Really?
I'm wrong,
Really?
Mom and Dad. But
Well,
I
I'm
don't
assuming
think you're
so. You
supposed
can't mark
to-
your body
you're
for
not-
Christian.
you're not
It says
supposed to
in the
be able
Bible,
to
yeah.
mark your body.
Really?
Not supposed to do
it's-
piercings either.
I'm gonna have
It's
to mark
considered
that
the
up.
same
the mark
thing.
of the
I'm gonna
beast.
look that up.
But yeah, I mean, you got to take it as is. I mean, I took my religious upbringing as a moral compass for myself. I try to stick to the Ten Commandments as much as I
100%.
possibly
I would
can.
agree with that. And Wendy and I have had discussions about that in the
But the
past.
Ten Commandments
that's
doesn't
where
talk about
the-
abortion.
No, but I'm saying
but the
it's-
moral
But it talks
compass
about
aspect
murder.
of the church in general, a church, whatever religion, pick your religion. The moral compass is a good thing that we probably need a lot more of.
Look, if you
So-
follow the Bible says we're all sinners.
Yes,
And
we're all screwed
gonna,
up.
and we're all going to be forgiven.
Yes.
So that's the bottom line. If you can build morality out of a religious background and be a decent human being, I've always felt strongly about this. I never believed you had to go to church to worship God or be with God or
And I
you-
would
To be
agree with that.
religious,
I'm
yeah.
more spiritual.
Mhm.
I'm not religious by any stretch of the imagination, but that's my moral compass.
Yeah.
right. But church is good too, because I can't tell you how many times I've gone to church and I feel really good when I get out of church. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's an uplifting experience. But I don't feel like you should have to go to be able to have a certain religious belief
No.
or to be able to practice your faith.
No, I don't
So-
think you need to go to church for that. I do, like you said, I do think it's good.
Yeah, you think we
Especially
have to
with
go
children.
to the gym to work out?
Well, you do. Well, you don't know. You don't.
You don't have to.
do it-
You can
do
have all
it
the
from
crap at your
home, but-
house. But again, you still have to be able to do it. So if you're going to be religious or spiritual in any other way, you actually still have to put that time away to actually do that, learning, to do everything else. But the issue is I think church becomes something that's good when you have kids. So you can do vacation Bible
True.
school, you can
Yeah.
do camps, you can do whatever, so they can learn that. They can see it in a different way. It's
I would agree with
And
that.
I think
would
that
agree.
and I would agree also
because I wish I had sent my kids to church
to camps, to just all that fun stuff to
Exactly.
get them like help build
very
it up.
much,
Yeah.
especially for kids growing up, because it helps
Yeah.
set that moral
That
compass.
moral
when they're-
compass.
when
Yeah,
they're younger.
absolutely.
Bios the Books did a great job right there, just tying it into the episode title. Did he not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
He did.
Aw,
Good job, Dad.
That was beautiful. That was very well done.
I'm not saying the
People are
Constitution
learning
allows
as they
people the
want to.
choice of abortion, because it's not abortion. The whole idea of the Constitution is to allow you to be able to have the freedom to do whatever you
To
want
choose.
to for yourself.
Yeah.
And so the
But-
point is,
That's when it comes when is it not yourself anymore?
well, and there's a good point, because the vast majority of the states and the vast majority of the countries around the world all put a stop at it at some point. Now, the point is, you have, and there was testimony this week where they
Because
were,
essentially, we're gonna get real deep right
Oh
now.
boy.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
We gotta
So
do a quiz.
yourself is your human chromosomes, your body, you, right?
yeah.
So as soon as you put Wendy in you, switch that around. As soon as
I
you
was
put
gonna say, I
John,
was-
as soon as you put
you were
John in you,
blowing my
Wendy,
mind.
LGBTQT RSP, whatever. Sorry.
God bless you. Soon as you put John in you and make that baby, and those cells start growing, that's not you anymore. That choice is not yours.
Okay, but
Right.
what if I didn't choose that?
Doesn't matter.
What if I didn't choose that?
Doesn't matter. That
It was-
choice isn't yours because
it-
it's not all you.
It was forced on me.
I'm so sorry.
So in other words, if I get raped and I get I
And you get knocked up.
and I get pregnant from that, that's my fault.
It's not your fault, but it's not your choice anymore because it's not 100% you. So my freedom, my choice, my me is not me anymore because it is other human chromosomes
affecting
that aren't
another
yours.
life.
Okay, so my life gets to change, but the person who rapes me,
You're knocked
Does
up
not.
for well, that's your choice on whether or not you went to the police afterwards and reported him and everything else.
but regardless, what
Not
what is
regardless, because that was the choice too.
what was that?
That was a choice too. If you chose not to go
And
to the
she
police
smiles about it.
and I know, if you chose not to go to the police and go after this person, that was a choice.
But look at, and I'm gonna, and I'm gonna just throw this out there that the number of people that go forward
so
and
ridiculously low. Ugh.
it is because why?
They're
Because
terrified.
All right.
Why are you
so-
terrified?
it's not just terrified; it's because they don't prosecute and do something with them.
Right.
All right. So let me ask you, what's the worst that can happen in the Catholic Church?
I don't know.
Excommunication?
Yeah. I mean,
Pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that mean? What does
And,
that
and
mean?
eternal excommunication and
You're kicked
eternal
out of the
damnation,
church.
right? Right?
Sure.
Okay. So
Right, I
now my
mean-
question is, and I'm not advocating, I'm questioning though, because there's a crossroads here that is plagued the United States for
Ever.
100 years or however long.
Right.
And so that so the question is, if you get a tattoo or you get divorced or you get, that's just as bad as having an abortion, right?
Yes. A sin's a sin.
I don't think so.
Does the church
No?
view it in, are there different graduations in violations? Do violations
I think the
have
church
different-
would look at that as murder. You're
Does
killing.
the-
You're
does
killing
the-
a life.
does the
But is a
church-
murder any
but
different
does
than
the-
divorce?
But does the church
Sure
view
is.
it in different levels
Way different.
of violation?
I don't know. That I can't answer. I don't know.
Your
Honestly.
job is to get a Catholic priest on the show.
Oh Jesus.
Well, that'll be that's a
Lindsay is
challenge.
like, oh shit.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and so
but that's a child, and that's different. But again,
It does. It does. If someone forces themselves upon you,
yes. But if we're talking my body, my choice in the Constitution, that's technically not your body anymore because it is other chromosomes. It is
but
another
someone,
human.
someone violated my body.
No, but Lin-
They did.
I know where this is going. No,
You see what
we
I'm
do
trying
have
to
a fun
say?
quiz in the
Lin-
background. too.
Lindsay's point is, if you're going just strictly off of my body, my choice,
Off the
it's not
Constitution, like,
your choice
It's not your
anymore.
choice anymore
Right.
because it's
So
not your body.
logistically,
anymore.
it's not your choice. Now, whether you can separate that conversation by saying, okay, do we make exceptions for those people who are
Yes.
raped? And
Just
we,
like
and, you know,
they say, oh well, the mom's in distress. Is it considered abortion?
Right.
No, that's medically necessary. That's not an abortion anymore.
right.
But for the girl who went out hooking and decides, oh, I want to, I slept with 5 boys in high school.
not everybody's a hooker.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
I know you'd like that to be. All right, let's do the
Yeah.
quiz. We're
A lot of people are.
should we just have a whole freaking episode on abortion?
No,
hookers?
Oh, my goodness.
No.
Can we show
Because
pictures?
I will say 100 times from now until eternity that if the Republican Party would just give up homophobia and whatever you want to call it, if they would just give up the
Just
whole
let people suck a wiener if they want to suck a wiener.
yeah,
Like I don't know
exactly.
why.
give up trying
not
to
making
dictate
babies,
the
so let 'em
to
be.
the gays and stop trying to
Yep.
dictate to the abortionists
And I
Let
think,
him
and just
Me.
let them be.
and I'm- and I'm
Everybody,
Be
there would be no
fine.
more problems.
The funny thing is, they're the reason. The politicians, the media, they're the reason all these issues become issues.
Come and go
But
all
see,
the
that's
time.
those
it's
are what the
pointed.
those
that.
are what
they create those.
those are the only hot buttons that the
That just flip
Democrat
people out.
that the Democrats point to that grabs the middle of the
Mhm.
road.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're trying to kill the babies. Oh.
Who cares about the far left extremists? But those are the only two issues that grab the middle of the road and drag them to,
To one side
the
or the
right.
other.
True.
It's true.
Very true.
If they would
100%
give
is.
that up,
And they never
and
bring it
say,
up until
you do you, and I'll do me. I don't
And
have
we'll
to
just
worry
leave it at
about what
that.
you're doing because, ironically, you shouldn't worry about what I'm doing, and
But
I'm not
that's
going to worry
not the
about what
left
you're doing.
policy.
But see, that's
What's the proof on this?
what,
by
what,
the way?
no, and that is
Have some more.
that has nothing to do with left. That's left
Kinda
and
high.
right. That's
I'm just
left
letting you
and
know.
right, LC, because the right is just as much going, oh, you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't do that.
Well, that's true too.
If they would give that up, they would be better. All right.
My letters
Are we
have been
ready?
switched. These are
I
not
just-
my letters.
I just want to say one thing, and if you want to kind of curb abortion, show kids exactly what goes on during an abortion.
Oh
Amen.
yeah,
Amen.
absolutely.
I bet you that would probably be a
that would be it. That
Especially
would.
when you're
Just saying.
talking
But we
a
can't
third
do that
trimester.
because we don't have health class anymore because we're too busy having drag queens read to our elementary children.
It should be part of your
Absolutely.
health class.
I'll talk
then.
about something after the quiz. but-
Sorry.
All right, 13 questions.
Oh, geez.
You want to know what the question?
We
or-
better be quick, huh?
Do I know what the quiz? Oh no, we're not.
22
worried about
mules.
that. No
God.
lies.
Lies.
Oh.
Lies, lies, and more lies.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's
weird.
go.
Because Dan tells me that these are not fun enough.
Okay.
He gave up playing. the
And he
quiz.
gave
He's
up
gonna
playing.
be uplifting.
So,
Dan, are you still with us? You got to
He
play.
is. He was commenting.
Because I did not
I
have
do not
sexual
have
relations with
sexual-
that
I
woman.
did not have sexual
Oh,
relations
And
with
if you
that
like your
woman.
that's
doctor, you
awesome.
can keep your doctor. Period.
Yeah.
I love you bouncing him in like that.
Yeah, right?
It's a neat little effect.
But didn't you need to have cream on his face? Oh, no, it was on her
Question number
face. I'm
one:
so sorry.
spot the lie.
Oh, were
Who's
you drinking
ready?
that?
All right, let's go.
Did that come
All
out
right.
today?
No.
Tomatoes and avocados are fruits, not veggies. Water covers 70% of the earth, and Neptune is no longer a planet. Spot the lie. Oh, I wasn't ready with my music. You're getting a few extra seconds on this.
That's not a lie, though.
I have a B and
Oh,
an
that's
A
true,
and a
huh?
B.
It's not a lie. I'm still going with it.
Spot
Not a lie.
the lie. Which one is
gonna be
the
freaking C.
lie?
Wow, everybody's saying C.
Are we ready?
Oh, I'm gonna go with C.
I know
'Cause
Pluto.
it is.
Pluto's not a
Pluto,
planet,
yeah, right. Yeah, they made it
Changing.
into what?
I'm going with A because I want to be different.
Okay. We got every single one covered. We're good.
Okay.
Everybody's saying C. Though.
So what's the truth?
Neptune is no longer a planet.
What?
That is
Planet.
a lie. Pluto is
Is
no
the one
longer
that's
a
no longer a
planet.
planet.
Number two, which statement is true?
I thought you said we're looking for lies.
It's impossible to lick your own elbow. There is no word in the dictionary that rhymes with
I was gonna say,
orange.
who's doing
Saturn
that?
is. Do not try and lick your elbow right now. Saturn is the largest planet by surface area, and President Clinton did not have sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky. What is true?
He did. We saw her cream.
We saw her cream. That was not her, by the way.
That we saw the cream.
I'm
on?
trying to think of everything that rhymes with orange.
I knew you were doing that.
That sucks. Because remember, this is because Dan said this was not fun enough.
Isn't Saturn gas? So it can't have surface area, right?
Saturn is out of business.
Saturn
Is a car, and they're
it's
very
surrounded
nice
by it.
cars.
Its atmosphere is
There
gas,
is
but
no
it's
word
still a
in the
solid.
But it's not. So it can't be
Okay,
the
what do you
largest
say,
planet
D? I got a
surface
C,
area.
I got two C's.
We got an A and a B in the comments.
All right, we ready?
Let's do it.
There's-
It's impossible to lick your own elbow.
Oh, we're looking for what's
Oh,
true.
wait.
Shit. Damn it.
I was
John,
looking for what
the
was false.
lie.
Damn. I gotta read the thing more.
We didn't watch
Readers
the-
are leaders.
I know.
I bet-
Apparently
I-
I'm a
That's why we're not
failure.
leaders.
Spot the lie.
Oh, okay.
How
That's
much
why-
fun to make it better? There's a
French
contortionist
fries
out there that
originated in
can-
France. Hippo
Are we
milk
getting
is pink
divorced?
in color and sound does not carry in space. Spot the lie.
Did you say hippo? What?
I'm going with A.
Yeah, so am I.
Hippo's milk is pink in color. I don't know. I've never milked a hippo.
I haven't either.
Lindsay is thinking this through.
Spot the lie.
I want to know if hippo milk
Spot
is pink.
the lie. French fries originated in France. Hippo milk is pink in color. Sound
There's
does
no
not
way,
carry
no way
in
French
space.
fries came from France.
No, they did not.
They didn't.
That I did.
That is like a New York thing or something.
We love hippo milkshakes.
Do those milkshakes bring all the boys
Are
to
we
your
ready?
yard?
Would that be strawberry milk?
Are we ready?
Yes.
Hippo milk is pink in color
What?
is the lie.
No,
Oh, come on.
A is a lie too. I'm sorry.
There's
that
no
one's
way
wrong.
French fries came from France.
I was gonna say I know that for a fact.
Can you spot the lie? The
We're still
largest
looking for
intestine
lies.
is the largest internal organ. An ostrich egg is bigger than its brain. Or anthrophobia is fear of the color yellow. What is the lie? Do not look that up.
Jesus. Ostriches are kind of stupid, but
There's
you
a
know.
there's a couple.
Their eggs are bigger than their head. It has
There's
to
a
be.
there's a question later where we're gonna see people counting on their fingers.
Really? I have to do that too. I just tried to lick my elbow and I have to count my fingers.
Yes.
I know, right?
And I'm not even drinking. This is awful.
And the fact is, you don't have 12 fingers.
12, including my toes.
All right, we got an A. Christine says A.
Are we ready? I started the music late.
He's got to pick Wendy's got to pick something.
Yeah.
We got a C.
2 C's and a B.
The large intestine is the largest internal organ is a lie. It is the
large internal organ.
liver.
Gosh darn it. I knew that too, and I didn't read the whole.
It's the longest.
It's the
Yeah.
longest, but it's not the largest.
That's true.
The liver
That's what
is
I
the
see.
largest.
Really?
Yes.
I find that
Internal
Hard
I
to
had, I had to
believe
look that up a couple
considering-
times to verify that was
Yeah, but it's-
true.
the
It wouldn't
amount
be-
of space that it takes
Because
up.
Yeah,
It's
but
not-
it's
it's
tubular,
hollow.
so
And it
it's
also-
not really the
Longest,
largest.
And
yes,
it's- and
but
it's
largest
also-
by space. It's
and,
hollow.
and it's also the heaviest. And the second would be the brain, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Yes.
Okay.
Because it's not very
Number
big. It's
5.
very long.
Pick the lie.
You and I both studied medical.
I
We
know.
got
I'm
that
like,
wrong. That's
I
sad.
100%
Ottawa
saw
is the capital of
longest.
Canada. There are 7 continents on Earth. Australia was never a British colony. Oh, hard to say that. And Obamacare allowed everyone to keep their doctor health plan.
Wow. He had to give us one of them.
Yeah, right.
They get harder as we go.
He had to give us one.
Good,
This
because
is-
that's the only one
What?
I
we
They
are
get
sli- we are-
harder?
Oh, it gets we slip downhill fast after this one.
Oh, really?
Okay.
All right, so everybody's
That's the only
picking
one I
D.
knew.
And we got D's across the
Yeah,
board. I
we're
see.
We're starting to
We
get
got
D's
Ds.
with everybody. Yep.
I'm like, I didn't know any of the other ones, so I'm gonna
All
go
right.
with that.
D. Obamacare allowed everyone to keep their doctor and their health
You
plan.
had to give us one. Give us one.
Thank you.
Number 6. Pick the lie
I
again.
have to count my
The
elbows.
largest dinosaurs were vegetarian. 6D percent of the Earth is covered in water.
Didn't you just tell me
and the-
70% of the Earth was covered in water?
I know,
earlier?
right?
And what was the answer to that question?
I don't remember.
See, I sometimes do this just to mess with
Isn't
you.
that right?
The driest place on Earth, the
Bless
Atacama
you.
Desert, is
We're gonna
located
go with
next to
that
the
one.
biggest
Yeah, I'm going
body
with
of
that one,
water.
too.
Pick the lie.
Ooh, I don't know. That sounds like that might be right.
Oh. I
Just
think-
for the record, the Atacama Desert is in Chile.
Doesn't help me any.
Because more of the Earth is covered in water than 60%.
Yeah, that's
isn't it?
although it's
Yes.
changed, I think, over
I
time,
know.
Oh,
especially in Arizona.
Oh, are we ready?
It's more
What's
No.
everybody else picked?
We're getting.
I
I
got
got
a
a B, a
B, I
C,
got a
and a
C.
B.
All right.
It's going to be A.
Right. No, they were. The
No,
largest
they were.
dinosaurs were
Okay.
vegetarians.
60% of the
Yay!
Earth.
I'm like, didn't you
Technically,
just
it
say
is
70% over there?
71%.
As I said, no, it was
Yeah,
more.
we
of
used
the
to be
Earth is
closer to
covered in
80, but
water.
you know.
Name the lie. Number 7 out of
Name the lie.
13. Worms have 2 hearts. The opposite side of the dice always adds up to 7. And Lego produces 36,000 blocks every minute.
I don't think worms have 2 hearts.
Yeah, it was.
I know you can split them.
Then how do they live if they don't have 2 hearts?
I don't think they have 2 hearts. So.
I don't
And how
think
do they
have
live
heart.
if they don't have 2 hearts?
Do they have
You
hearts?
picked A.
Do they
I'm
have
not saying
hearts?
that I'm right. I want to sit here and add up the opposite side of the dice.
I wasn't going to take the time.
Yeah,
to do
because
that.
there's 6 and 1. That I know is true.
You do know that that is for a fact true?
The opposite side, it can only ever be 6.
No.
The opposite
One
si-
side and the opposite side
Oh,
always add up to
sorry, I
7.
didn't
Is
Yeah,
know
that
so
true?
6 and 1 is opposite.
Yeah.
Then
Is
there's
that always true?
4 and 3.
3 and 4.
Yeah.
Is it?
5 and
Don't have
2.
a dice. I don't know.
Is it?
I'm still staying with A.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Technically, you want to know why that's a lie?
Why?
Because worms actually have 5 hearts.
Fucking serious?
Serious.
5 hearts?
5 hearts.
Get out.
So I can
in a-
cut a worm in 5
in a,
pieces?
in a earthworm, it has. I know more than I ever thought I wanted to know about,
About
earthworms.
worms.
Great job in the audience too. 'Cause
Oh
you
my
guys all
God.
picked A for that one.
Yeah.
Great job.
They actually have
That's because they have
5
dice.
hearts.
Wow.
They were all pulling out their.
They all
dice.
pulled out their
Spot
dice.
the lie. J is the 12th letter in the English alphabet. The most common letter in the English. Stop counting. The most common letter in the English alphabet is E, and a word, phrase, or sentence that is the same backwards or forward is called a palindrome.
That's true.
It is.
Spot the lie. Shh. Are you giving away answers? Do not, Lindsay. You're counting.
Ah.
Nope.
I never heard of a palindrome, so I'm going with C.
Lindsay's still counting. I can see it in her eye. She's
Nope,
still
it's not
counting.
It's because Wendy counted faster than me because you weren't distracting her.
L is the 12th letter in the English alphabet.
The 10th is J.
I wasn't counting it.
Oh man.
It's because she
Which-
was watching me and not yelling at you, Wendy.
Which one of the following is a lie? Humans share 98.8 of chimp DNA. Penguins can fly, and all earthworms have both male and female parts.
Penguins cannot fly.
They flutter.
Only when they're in love.
And then they hold the wings.
This was the giveaway also.
Gee, thanks. Make us feel so much better
I know.
about ourselves.
We're so excited. And humans are really 99.8% chimp DNA. No, I'm sure.
I thought C. Oh, I got an A in there. I see an A, a B, and an A.
They're
AA.
AA.
There's a couple A's.
Penguins cannot fly. I thought C was going to get everybody.
No.
They
I didn't
have
even read
both-
C. As soon as
Earthworms
I
do
saw
have
B, I knew that.
male
it
and
had
female
to.
parts.
They have
That's how
both
they
male
read.
and female
Yeah,
parts.
yeah.
They don't need
And
nobody. They
ironically,
can hook around the moans.
and again, more information than you ever wanted to know. Go ahead and read about it, but they
earthworms.
actually get it on with themselves,
Yep.
mostly when it rains. So
Yeah,
when you
that's
see,
why they come out.
That
So
is
yeah, so
called.
when,
That is called.
is that what you said? What did you just say?
Especially when they come
I didn't
out.
even know that.
What did you just say?
Don't make me laugh. I'm gonna pee in the chair.
Puffins.
Number 10. Two statements are true.
Yeah,
Which
that's how
ones?
that's how they get it on.
Oh God.
Two statements. You have to pick which two statements are true.
Okay.
There's two answers to this.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Golf originated in Italy. Olympic gold medals are mostly silver, and Roger Federer holds the title for most Wimbledon single titles.
I have to
Two
pick two
statements are true.
Sorry, I
you
can't
have
even
to
see
pick
the board.
which two.
B is right. I don't know who Roger Federer
Federer.
is, but I like his name.
Which two statements are true? There are two answers for this question.
Did we both pick the same one?
Do we have all our answers online? Oh my God. All right.
This is what happens when you give us
I
two
got
letters.
a B and a C and a B, and a C and a B,
Oh, did I do mine opposite? Sorry.
B and a C.
Yes.
Woo!
Now the hard question.
Oh, damn it.
Of course.
More
Good job,
people,
guys.
People lie more in which form? Speech, emails, text, or body language?
Oh,
You can't lie in body language.
oh, you can.
Well,
Pretend like you like
usually it
somebody.
gives you away.
You can pretend like you like somebody. I've been doing it for Keith for years.
Usually your body language
Well,
speaks
we know
the
that
truth.
we know that Lindsay's body language cannot lie when she says she loves whiskey.
So this,
I don't know how to answer this. I really don't.
I was going to say, does
Which
this one
form
have
do people
two?
lie more in? According to a study, which
Do
way
you think people lie more giving a speech, sending an
no,
email?
just in general speech, not
Sending
giving a
talking,
speech.
talking, email,
Oh,
text,
okay,
or
so-
body
I
language?
totally think people lie more.
By words? Oh,
Well, you
no.
cannot have two. Which one do people lie more in?
We got
Pick
a bunch-
one.
we got
Pick
some
one.
Bs.
Now, one. Come on.
We got
pick
two Bs.
One.
Pick one. Pick one.
It's so hard.
I know.
Go with B. Because then we all have one.
I'm going to go with A then.
Damn it, I told you it would be. Really? More in emails than more in text?
They say more in emails than anything.
Good job,
Because
Heavy
of the
Metal.
fact-
Good job,
Because
Christine.
emails are more thought out than most text messages. Most people, that's why there's so many misspellings in text messages and so many text messages that go to the wrong people.
Yeah, but emails can come back and bite you in the ass if you lie on them.
Yeah, but
though.
most people sit there and think about
Think about how
to-
to
how to
put it through.
manipulate it.
Yeah, I don't think that long
Yeah.
when I write my emails.
That's according to a study. Number 12. People trust which men more often?
None.
Men.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What? Men with a beard, clean shaven men, tall men, or short men?
Yeah, I'm going with B on that one.
Yeah. That's an easy one.
Is it?
One answer, please.
Clean shaven tall men. That's my answer.
One answer, please.
It's definitely clean shaven.
Yeah.
We got like clearly across the board B's here.
The bees. Oh, Christine's going A. Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Okay, Christine.
Which people trust which men?
What?
According to a study, men with beards are more trustworthy.
What? Really?
No, they're dirty, as Mom would say.
I'm really surprised by
I'm
that.
surprised about
No.
that too. Christine
job,
got it right.
Christine got it right.
Yeah, good job, Christine.
Wow. See, I don't trust the man.
Mom, there's a reason. There's a reason I don't shave.
All right, so number 13. Which month do we lie the most in?
February.
That is one of the answers. December, February, January, or August.
Oh, I'm going January.
January, because we make those.
Oh, the resolution. You bunch
yes.
of
I
fucking
don't think
liars.
those are
lied
lies.
ourselves.
I think those are good intentions. Just, that's where they end.
Yep.
I'm going to say February.
Thank you, Heavy Metal. We trust Keith and John. I like that.
I don't.
If you only knew.
Although December, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your present at home.
True.
Mm,
I'm thinking more January.
Last couple seconds to change your answer.
no, I'm saying February. It's all those Valentine's Day gifts. It's going to be August.
We got an A. We got a C.
January.
Why?
Americans tell an average of 7 lies per day in January
What?
compared to the usual average of a measly 4 per day. That's amazing, right?
That is.
I bet you can
Oh,
guess
vacation
that those
details,
extra
how the
lies-
holidays went. Damn it, I didn't think about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just tell them it sucked. You went and saw your in-laws. Like, you know how that everybody knows. Kids are awful. Like, come on now. You don't need to feel like you're not the only one who didn't beat your kids
As
over
much as I-
Christmas.
As much as I stress over the quiz, I like administrating it.
That was a fun quiz, though. That was
It was a
fun.
good one.
That was kind of cool.
And you gave us 2 of them. Thank you very much.
And Dan ducked out on it.
He said I didn't play,
What?
but that was a fun quiz, John.
Was it uplifting?
He's giving you
It's
props.
especially fun for
Was
when
it-
I don't participate.
Yeah, right?
Was it uplifting though? Like, did we put it off on a good note?
I think so.
Since it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Hey,
So
we're not going to be here next week, so
So-
we have another hour.
right.
Technically.
So for next week, just so you guys know, I'm going to put something together. I'll set it as a premiere so it goes live during our time. So if you guys want to jump on YouTube and chit chat back and forth, we'll set something up for,
And
for
we
next
might.
Friday.
Where are we going to be Friday? Oh, we're going out with everybody.
Yeah, we're going out.
We could
Friday,
do a
so
live little drunk on Vegas.
We won't be able to go live.
No,
'Cause
but
it'll-
we can do it from Facebook,
Right.
like
Yeah,
before the time.
Are we still on Twitter?
we are.
We
Not for me, but
No.
I don't know why.
Because
mine
I'm
keeps
like, we
cutting out,
could do like a quick little, hey guys, hey, stop in. The show's going to start, whatever.
Yeah, so I'll try to put something together for next week. So if anybody wants to jump, it'll premiere on YouTube. So if you, the thing about a premiere is you could jump on and do live chat back and forth and just have
Oh,
a good
that's cool.
conversation.
So we can
about
still
it.
chat
So,
with everybody?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So it'd be like the
Heavy
show,
Metal's
but-
in Nashville next week.
Ooh,
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, so we'll do something for next Friday, and then we'll all be back the following week. So yeah,
And then one more episode after when we come back that we'll have heavy metal.
we'll have Heavy Metal.
Oh, awesome.
So that's gonna be
I
a lot
want to
of
know.
fun.
I want to know what Heavy Metal thinks about Broadway Street, Broadway Street
In Nashville.
in Nashville.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We thought it was extremely expensive for what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we-
Overcrowded and expensive.
It's definitely
super-
overcrowded. Definitely
I mean, we were last
So
time
not
we
even
were-
worth it? Like
last time we
expensive's
were
good
there-
if it's worth it, but not
I
even
mean,
worth
last
it?
time we were there, I mean, now granted, you got a band in every bar,
Every bar, yep.
and some bars have 2 and 3 stories, and they have a band
On every floor.
Did
Yeah.
you go by Roxy's?
Not by Roxy's. We went to, I forget which bar we
God,
went to.
don't even remember. All I know is we went to the 2nd story. It was a great view outside. We got a beer and a mixed drink, and it cost us $22.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it was
For a
like-
beer and a mixed drink?
Yes.
Yes, $22.
Back when I went,
That's
it
not
was-
even including tip. That's a $30. What the?
Yeah,
No, I'm good,
expensive.
thanks.
It's a tourist spot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a
That's what it
huge
was. And
tourist
I mean,
spot.
unfortunately, we
I mean-
were there during.
It's Music Row,
We were
really.
there. We were there during Labor Day.
Yeah. So it's
last
they're hamped
year,
up anyways.
But I mean, so the place was super crowded. The entire Broadway Street was super crowded, but we had one drink, then we went and got.
But
some
you had to
Dead
do
Rat.
it. You had
It's
to do it
worth
once.
visiting.
And the funny thing too was that it was still, technically COVID.
Rona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
Rona.
packed.
Yeah.
Right?
It was Tennessee.
was-
they
Yeah, it's packed.
they
They don't
could
care.
give a shit.
They don't
They
care.
don't care.
I saw some when I went there. It was a long time ago. I saw some because I was heavily into country music at that time. I saw so many stars just walking down the street.
Oh,
know,
did
and
you
it was
really?
Oh yeah, country stars everywhere. And then I literally, being a musician, I was intrigued by it. I watched this drummer. They got done with the set. The band got done with the set. Roxy's had no glass. So the stage sits right up against the storefront and there was no glass. So the drummer, his ass was hanging out of the window playing
Oh
the
my
drums.
gosh.
And literally they finished their set. He picks up his whole drum kit, walks down the street to another bar, and
And
they
does
start
it.
playing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get
you're
out.
kidding.
Really?
I
Wow.
swear to God, they pick up because all the guys had acoustic guitars. Nothing was electric.
Yeah.
So they
Picked up
just
all the
picked up
stuff.
the whole band, moved it down the street to the next bar, and
Oh,
just
that's
and
crazy.
just started playing. It was the
That's
craziest thing I ever
That's
saw.
so
Yeah.
cool.
It was very cool experience. So if any of you haven't been to Nashville and you have a chance to go,
I've never gone.
Well,
Tennis-
and so Heavy Metal
We should
says
go.
that
It's beautiful.
they're going to
For a Kiss music festival.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
and then they're
Nice.
going to head down to Knoxville.
Nice.
Yes.
If you had the chance, and I know it's hard to say because of the fact that it's not
There's
like
lots of good
right next-
distilleries out in
Oh,
Tennessee.
Gatlinburg is outstanding. I know it's a tourist trap, but Gatlinburg is fun.
Tennessee was just beautiful. I mean, I went to
Yes.
Franklin. I went to visit where the Battle of Franklin was during the war, and it was just a cool experience. You and I need to go, especially for the paranormal side of things. We absolutely need to go
That'd be
there
fun.
because it's
The-
and
this
it's
is
pretty.
Kind of,
It's so
this is
pretty.
kind of why Wendy and I are looking at North Carolina. It was
Yeah.
all that Smoky
Mhm.
Mountains, Blue Ridge Mountain area, and we just love that area. And so, but that whole area is fantastic. I mean, we never realized how much booze we could fit on the motorcycle.
In a motorcycle. Yes.
Yes.
It took some.
Finagling, but we did
Yeah.
it. Hey,
Yeah, it
we
was- it
brought
was-
Hey, you
back
remember your
lots of
Lego
bottles.
days? You
it was
remember your Legos days? You got to get
It
him
was
right in there.
Tetris with bottles.
It is
Yes, it
Tennessee.
was.
Now Memphis is a different story, but if you go up in the Nashville area, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous over there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
well, you and I'll have to go, Lindsay, for sure. That'll be one of our trips we take.
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
all
My
right, she's
steroids
done.
are wearing
She's,
All right,
off.
guys.
she's officially done.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. We will not be here next week,
See
but
you in
we'll have
2
something
weeks.
live going. And as always, thank you to all our veterans, our first responders, our medical professionals,
Yep.
everybody who
Please
helps
keep going
try
to
to keep
work.
this country straight.
Yep.
And our truck drivers too. So we
Yes,
gotta
please
start
keep
including
going to
them in there.
work.
So yeah, exactly. All right, guys,
Need
we'll see you
you.
next time. Have a great weekend.
Yep.
Bye.
See you in 2 weeks.